This week on the Kokomo Press Podcast, we have two fantastic guests for you. The first one is Sean Foster. He's a returning guest. He's a punk rock legend, and he goes by many names. Also, our second guest is Michelle Bratcher, who is a returning guest. You've seen her so many times on the podcast. We have a really great sit-down. This is going to be such a fun time. We talked about that weird new astronaut thing that's going on. We talked a little bit about the Richmond from Richmond. We talk a little bit about Donald Trump's new mugshot. We talked about so much on this episode. So please tune in, sit down, put on your headphones, listen, and have a great time with us here on the Kokomo Press Podcast. Woo!
Warning, this video contains adult content not suitable for children.
What's up? It's the Kokomo Press Podcast. I'm Jordan Granger, and I have a very special episode with you. I have not one, but two guests, and I have a co-host. Courtney's in the house, co-hosting, hanging out. She's back. Hasn't been on this season yet.
I haven't.
That's weird. Is it weird?
Yeah.
Yeah. And in the black chair, we have...
my name is Sean Foster.
Sean Foster in the house. Chuck Garrett, if you don't know him. Yeah. And then in the red chair...
Michelle Bratcher.
Hi, Michelle. Two returning guests. Woo! Let's get the clap. All right, we're all here today. It's actually the longest clip. I don't know why it's so long. The applause. I don't know if it's just like an ego thing. What do you guys think?
No, I like it though.
You like it? Mm-hmm. We just incorporated sound effects like the last
Can you hear them in
episodes.
The headphones now?
Yeah, I can hear them.
It's not just us.
Yeah, it's both. It's way louder in the headphones. It freaks me out. I'm like, oh shit!
Yeah. Well.
Every time. How you guys been?
Been great.
Yeah, you working?
I try to, every day.
Just want to ask you all the mundane questions that you're like, I'm so sick of answering these questions.
But now everyone can hear it on here, and you won't have to answer those
Right,
questions.
yeah, I'll
anymore.
refer to this.
Yeah, I'll give you a timestamp, and you just say, go to this time in the podcast. All the information will be there. I don't have to answer this anymore. How about you? You working?
I stepped back a little bit. I'm still part-time at my job, but I'm trying to find more things that I can do like this and make an income from it. And then also helping take care of family.
TikTok's big. You've been killing it on there, dude.
I mean, you don't make anything on TikTok unless you do the live stuff where you're like doing that stupid. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah, I hate those.
Where it's like,
the ones where you just make people mad so they like send tomatoes at you.
Well, they're like I don't even know, like where they're pretending to be an AI.
NPCs. Yeah, they're NPCs.
Whenever you send them a present or something, then they make these different sound effects, and it's so bizarre.
Gang.
Try the one where people are sleeping.
You haven't seen this?
No.
Oh yes, I've seen
my
that.
God.
I haven't been on TikTok in forever.
There's a girl from Quebec. She's from Quebec. And they found out her name is Pinky Doll, and she's a mixed black girl, and she has like the best one, and she's like gang. So people will send like these little emojis, and then she has to do the animation like she's an NPC, and so they send like a hot dog. And she goes, "Ooh, Glizzy, la 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 la," or she'll be like, "Gang, ooh, so good, love ice cream," and like all these different like different sound effects, and she does that for hours. And I think she said she made $7,000 in a week.
You can make bank.
$7,000 a week.
I don't understand it, and I've only gone live a handful of times, never for anything like that. Usually just to see how it works.
Yeah.
And
Testing.
Maybe 5 minutes, and then that's it. My brain just doesn't fathom someone spending money on me to do those things. But
it's a very like, you have to already either already be famous or be highly, highly attractive and good in animation. I think you would do a good job because you can emote. And I think that's part of it, is being able to have different emotions for each thing they send you. Because if you're just like, gang, glizzy, hot dog. Yeah, you can't. You have to like have like an animation.
If you have a voice, if you can do like voice characters or something, which that's another dream thing of mine to do, like on video games or like cartoons or something.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So fun.
Yeah, voiceovers are fun in general. Just doing stuff like that.
Even reading books, like to read like an audiobook or something.
You have the voice for that.
I could listen to you read a book.
Yeah.
See, I don't know how to do it. I don't know anything about it.
Well, I mean, we were talking a little bit about before the podcast about Mason, who's a good friend of yours, and a guy that, you know, I love the guy. He's amazing. Every time he comes back into town, and for the longest time he was living out. He was like vagabonding.
Yeah, he's got a bus.
Yeah.
And he just kind of...
He was like showing me pictures of him stuck in like the redwoods or something like that. He had like stuck.
Yeah, he's been stuck everywhere.
And he's working on like weed farms at one point. He was like harvesting. He was telling me all kinds of stuff when last time I was hanging out with him. But he was doing a thing. He was telling me how he's making money. That's why this is relevant. He was doing captions for like TV shows and like movies and like documentaries. So he would just sit there all day and do captions.
Like transcribe voicemails for people and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They don't have technology that does that automatically?
They do now.
This was
years ago.
Oh,
I was 30, remember?
Years ago.
Years ago. I was a child then.
82 now.
Yeah, now everything is like AI auto captions.
Yeah.
I mean, you go on.
They're usually wrong anyway.
Yeah, you gotta go in and fix in like half of them based on your dialect. You would think with as many, I think they're called epochs. Have you guys heard of epochs? Okay, the new AI technology, if you have, like us right now, we're on a podcast, we're talking, there's no background noise. It's just our voices into the void. If you get enough of that, which they call an epoch, if they get enough, like I think it's like 45 minutes to an hour, they can basically recreate your voice and everything you do. Courtney's on her phone. I can hear it in the microphone.
It keeps going off, so I was seeing if it was something important, and if not, I'm putting on a...
Put on airplane. Thank you so much.
I thought maybe it was one of my kids.
Her phone, for some reason, likes to the microphone, the headphones, and the microphone. So like, people will be listening and they'll hear, and I'm like, yeah, Courtney's on the podcast today. You can tell.
When it vibrates?
I think it's when it's like transmitting. I don't know. It doesn't do it for everybody's phone. It doesn't do it with mine. Most people's it doesn't. For her specifically, it does. I don't know if it's. Are you on AT&T?
I just have a really good phone.
You on AT&T? You on T-Mobile?
AT&T.
You on Sprint? You on Singular? You got Singular?
I have all of them.
You guys remember Singular?
No, I got the Boost.
You got Boost. The little chirp.
What's Ryan Reynolds one? He has one.
Yeah, he does. What is it?
Mint Mobile.
Mint Mobile, yeah.
Actually, I think he just sold it.
Yeah. That's why that was the news. The big news. Well, he has like his own liquor. His own. Didn't he have that?
He has everything.
Wrexham?
Soccer team.
Yeah, Rex. Is that called Wrexham?
Yeah.
He does everything. That dude's just got a hand. I mean, literally. We can talk about Marvel because, like, I'm excited.
If there's anybody in this world who sold his soul to the devil, it would be Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, how can you be funny and hot? That's bullshit.
Yeah, fuck him and Matt Rife.
One of my favorite things to do is Google random people's net worth, and Ryan Reynolds the last time I looked, which was within the last 6 months, it was not as much as I thought he would because he owns all these different businesses. I thought he would have so many, but yeah. I was also comparing him to like The Rock.
Oh, The Rock's crazy.
He makes so much money.
He's also like been so big for so long. The Rock, like when I think about how like he's got to be, is he 60 yet? He's up there, right?
He's got to be pushing. He's probably in his 40s.
Yeah, you only think 40s? I think he's got to at least be 50s.
So he was probably late 20s in 97. So yeah, he's got to be 50 something.
And they're both superheroes.
Yeah.
Well, that hurt your heart.
It does. Because I put it on airplane mode. You just said that too. You're just so smart. Pretty and smart.
Too bad I'm not funny.
That's not true.
That's that coffin. That's the other signature Cortni
Never
move.
hear me say that.
Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah. You did comedy on stage and stuff too. Have you thought about doing it again?
I think about it all the time.
Yeah. Is it like something you'd like to do? Just haven't.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I don't like to write stuff. So, like when I went up there that night, I wasn't written. I didn't rehearse that. I was just. Yeah. It was just like a spur of the moment thing. My buddy was just like, "You want to go to a bar? They're doing stand up. I could probably get you on stage." I was like, "I'm not drinking, but okay, let's do it." And I did end up having like a whiskey. And to calm the nerves, and I went up there, and they came up to me before, and they were like, "Don't make fun of religion and don't get too perverse." And I was like, and I tell dick jokes. And they're like, yeah. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, we're good.
I can do 5 minutes of dick jokes.
You told a story. I remember specifically listening to the video. I can't remember what the story was, but I remember you telling the full story.
There are two stories. The first one was about the time I saw my daddy's dick. He just had open heart surgery. Yeah. And we were, in the room visiting him, and I'm sitting at the foot of the bed, and the nurse comes in, and like with no warning, like, "Hey, avert your eyes." Like, I'm just talking to my dad, and she comes and like lifts up his gown to check his fucking catheter. So not only did I see my dad's dick, I saw it with like equipment in it, And
how old were you?
I was like 14 or 15.
Yeah,
it was already like a traumatizing thing because I thought my dad was gonna die.
Yeah.
And then he survives, and I see his dick. It's like, thanks God.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thanks for
bastard.
That. Yeah.
And then
God, I won't be traumatized. He's gonna live. And then you're like, oh, there's his dick. It's over.
Yeah.
And then the second one was I had a kidney stone.
Oh yeah, those suck.
Fuck, man. And then I had it surgically removed, and that sucked as well. And you get like a follow-up appointment with the doctor a week later, and I had a stent put in, and he goes to rip out the fucking cord.
Yeah.
And I got him all covered in dick blood. It was like the worst cum shot in history.
Like
and then he's like, all right, well, I'm going to want to see you back here in another month. And I'm like, brother, I'm never going to see you again. I'm sorry.
I'm switching doctors immediately.
Yeah, this is not working out.
He must date like one of those women that like steals his shit and like sets stuff on fire, and he's just like, I'll see you later. You know what I mean? He's like, I'm a glutton for punishment.
Man.
He's a
maybe
sub.
He's into like period stuff too.
Oh man,
no, just dick blood.
Dick blood.
It's like the male version of a period, I guess.
Much worse.
Much worse.
It wasn't expected.
Yeah, we're actually doing a show coming up here, Harvest Fest, which obviously you know about. I think it's on here, right? Am I crazy? There it is. Harvest Fest. Yeah, Harvest Fest 9 is coming out. It'll be at Miami Open Air Auditorium, and come check out Dwarf as they release their album, and then me, Brian, Sean, a bunch of good people doing comedy.
So I absolutely love going to these.
Yeah, are you coming this year?
Much fun. I hope I can. Yeah.
I hope you can too. It's going to be a good time. You talked about maybe doing some comedy at some point, right? No, you don't want to go on stage and do some comedy?
No.
I try to get her to do it all the time too. I'm like, if you're good on stage, you can do
some comedy.
Do some comedy.
I'll do some. I don't like writing my own material. That's the thing. I will perform all day long. I don't like writing my own stuff.
Just go up there and do like a monologue from like a funny.
Just Google a monologue. Yeah.
Have you ever seen? There's a movie called Charlie Bartlett. You ever seen that movie?
Yeah.
Love that movie. It's it's like a cult classic type of movie. Like nobody knows it. Like I'm happy that somebody knows it besides me.
There's a famous guy in it.
Robert Downey Jr. plays the principal,
yeah.
And it's got Kat Dennings plays like the love interest, and then the main guy.
I think he's dead now.
Anton, yeah,
he's dead now.
Yeah.
What'd you say it's called?
It's called Charlie Bartlett. But it's really cool. And his mom is a really famous, like, I can't remember her name, but she's been in so much stuff. But it's about, like, a kid that's, like, kind of a goofy kid that gets kicked out. He wants to be cool. He wants to be famous. He wants to be, like, and this is, like, kind of pre-internet, but not really. I think it's pre-internet.
Kind of.
It's, like, it's, like, before that. But, like, he gets moves from school to school constantly because he's always getting expelled and stuff. But he's, like, he comes in wearing a blazer, and he's, like, kind of proper kid, and he's rich. But his dad was like a Ponzi scheme guy, so he's in prison. And the whole movie is just mass chaos because it's like basically about him pretending to have all these he's so rich that he can go to the psychiatrist and he pretends to have all these mental issues so that he can get pills to sell to kids. But he becomes like a psychiatrist, so they have to come in to him doing like entire like psychiatry. He's basically their psychologist, and he's like, explain that to me. It's so stupid.
And he takes what they say and then goes to his doctor to get the prescriptions for them. Yeah,
it's so hilarious. And he becomes like this super like a popular kid through this, and starts dating Kat Dennings, who obviously like you got to date Kat. If she's in a movie with you, you got to date her. It's just part of it. That
is. I'm really bad at
Kat Dennings.
So I'm better with faces.
Did you ever watch Two Broke Girls?
Yes.
She was the not blonde one.
She's the big-titted one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the nicest way to say it.
I'm sorry. I know she got big old boobies and stuff.
Oh,
and
man.
She's like, sassy and stuff, but I personally don't find her attractive.
No? Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist? She's hot in that, for sure. WandaVision, yeah. I did see that. She was in Thor.
She's, she's very one note to me as well. I think that's what it is. She always
plays herself. Same. She plays herself in it, but it's like, please keep being that.
Same thing with Ryan Reynolds. I find him very one note.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Ryan Reynolds.
He's a one-trick pony, but that's a good pony.
That's a good pony. You're a pretty pony.
Yeah. And then the Deadpool thing is literally his entire personality. It's perfect.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, they kind of, they modeled the comic after him, too.
Yeah.
After like Van Wilder came out, they kind of shifted.
It's so funny. It is he is Deadpool.
Yeah,
sure.
And then the Van Wilder thing do you know that was basically stolen from Burt Kreischer?
Yeah, that's insane. Found that out. Yeah.
That's insane, right? I didn't know that. I was like, I didn't know that Burt Kreischer was, because like when you think Ryan Reynolds and Burt Kreischer, do not compete. They do not compete.
They make me laugh. That's it.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
So he auditioned for that role? Is that what you're saying?
No, it's based off of like Bert Kreischer's college experience. And
they wrote an article in Rolling Stone. They were trying to find the biggest partier in the world. They're like, who's the biggest college partier ever? And they kept hearing the same name. This guy out in Florida State. This guy out in Florida State. So they went out. The Rolling Stone went out to Florida State to sit and hang out with him, and he was like a 7-year college guy who never wanted to graduate, partied all the time, had these crazy stories, and so they just hung out with him and then did an entire article. Well, then Oliver Stone ended up licensing his movie rights, like to his story, and then somehow that fell through, and then they ended up writing Van Wilder, like kind of based on the article about him.
He didn't get anything for it.
No, but he became rich because he became famous and became a comedian. He got some, like Will. He has the weirdest story. Like who's Will? Fucking I am Robot with Smith. That's like fucking Smith.
I was going to jokingly say Smith, but you were for real?
Will Smith. Yeah, Will Smith noticed him at a club and basically signed him as a talent. So like Bert Kreischer's had the weirdest life. You would think he'd be funnier, but
he did before they were famous. Like he did a commercial with Johnny Knoxville.
He's just done so much shit. Just imagining how like some people just fall into everything, because like it's not like he's not like the hottest guy. He's not particularly like the funniest guy, but he's just willing. It's like he's there, he's willing, and he's like.
It's just all about attitude. If you have a good attitude, it'll get you far.
Yeah,
I can listen to his laugh. Like his laugh just makes me laugh. Yeah,
that type of stuff. He does make me laugh with that. I think he's kind of worn thin with a lot of like the online culture, like the comedy online culture. People are kind of like sick of him at this point.
Really?
Yeah, they like he's getting a lot of backlash and hate because people just think that he's like a liar and fake and full of shit. Like even the laughing. I think
you have to be and to get as big as like Kevin Hart. I'm sure there's not a single genuine bone in his body, but that's the majority of celebrities.
Yeah,
you have to in order to.
The only one that's original.
That's why I thought the whole Me Too thing was crazy. When it started happening, I was like, wait, you guys didn't know Hollywood was a bunch of perverts?
Yeah.
Like,
that's literally what they do. Yeah. That's what they're known for.
Yeah.
You've not watched any movies?
I mean, they're finally done with it, like, okay, enough's enough. I don't have to show you my boobies if I don't want to.
Yeah, it's that and the concept of like, oh, I want to show my, like that Johnny Depp's daughter who was in, The Idol. Did you guys watch The Idol at all? Horrible. It's an interesting story, but it was horribly executed, but it's just gratuitous nudity and sex the entire time. It's like all sex, everything. It's the same guy.
And where is it streaming?
Huh?
First
HBO Max. Well, it's the same guy that wrote Euphoria. I don't know if you guys have seen Euphoria. Really,
I watched like 15 minutes of that and turned that shit off. I was like, this is too real.
Yeah, no, that's the problem is they did a good job capturing that that drug culture of like high school drug culture. It's not. Mm-hmm. It's not glorious at all.
No. And it was like, oh shit, that's fucking me, man. God damn it.
This is too close to home.
Yeah.
Yeah, you. Last time you were on the podcast, apparently my son went to school, and he goes to school with your daughter.
Yeah, she was actually just telling me about that.
She came up and she was like, "My dad is on your dad's podcast."
That's so cute.
Yeah.
What grade are they in?
Eighth now. Grade. They're both in eighth. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
they were close to Lily.
I was at he plays football, and I was there, and I looked down, and she's cheerleading. So I'm like, look at him. He's like, she's a cheerleader.
She's an All-American cheerleader.
Yeah, All-American.
We're going to Philadelphia over Thanksgiving because she's cheerleading in their parade.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I wish my kids would do stuff like that.
She's good.
Yeah,
she's doing like the all-out
doing
package
something
and stuff with like the school.
Is it weird to you?
I'm just gonna get a motel room.
Because you were kind of counterculture, and she's like a cheerleader, teeny bopper. Is that weird? Because you were like a straight up punk.
No, that's karma. That's exactly that's what I get.
That's awesome, though. I mean, it's cool, man.
As long as she keeps her head on her shoulders, I don't care.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of what when you come from a weird place, like with me, like I grew up without a dad, so like being there for my kid as a dad is like my main thing. Like that's what I want to make sure I'm always there for everything. I try not to miss as much as I can, and then this fact that he's like a football guy, and you know what I mean. It's just funny. It's funny because all I did was sing, but he did drop a new song where he's singing. So I don't know if you guys have heard it. I put it on Facebook.
Oh, the one where you're in it?
No, it's a brand new one.
Oh,
they scrapped that one. Can you believe that?
Why?
I don't know. I think Nathaniel's trying to bring it back, but his cousin was like, "No, I don't want to do something with your dad."
I absolutely love that.
I had like 3 bars in it. It was just simple. It was just me being like, he was like, "You can ask my dad." And I'm like, "Yeah."
It adds humor to it. Doesn't make it lame.
So I was like, a little brevity's fun, you know? And it's not bad. It was written well.
You're
and
not cool enough.
And he got to cuss. So that was the whole thing. He was like, I let him say shit. And he was like,
hell yeah.
He waited till I walked away. And he was
dad.
like, fuck yeah. And I'm like, I was like, if you let me on the song, you can say shit.
Oh, that was your idea. Let me be on your song.
Listen, I'm not going to say it was my idea.
Let me be cool.
Hey, let me be one of the cool kids.
That's why you got kicked out.
I got kicked out of the band. I need to ask a very important question of you ladies. How to have sex with a fat girl. Hint, touch, and I cannot stress this enough. The FUPA. Can you guys tell me if this makes any sense at all? Is the FUPA like a erogenous area?
Here's the thing. I've actually recently saw something online about that. The majority of people don't know what the FUPA is. They think it's the hang down belly or something, but it's actually not. It's like the fat padding on the. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now I don't even know. Someone show me what my FUPA. I don't know what a FUPA is.
Well, a FUPA wasn't it initially a derogatory term for like the mom pooch? It's like the mom pouch for after the baby, the skin.
I thought this was the FUPA, not this.
So I'm Googling it.
Do we agree that it stands for the fat upper pussy area?
Yes.
Yeah. That's exactly
Which
FUPA.
But what? How upper? Right.
Yeah. Is it the actual mons, if we're getting technical, where the pubis is?
Yeah, there's like a thickness, like a thick spot right above, you know?
Well, here's my thing. I would touch me anywhere. There's my answer.
Just do something.
As soon as I find the clitoris, I'll find out about this FUPA thing.
Yeah. One step at a time, ladies. Don't get ahead of ourselves.
I'm not trying to add anything else to what they have to do.
Yeah, that's too much. We're already down there doing doing rocket science.
You're doing a good job with what you're doing. I'm not adding to it.
So it is the fatty part, like
the pubis.
Yeah. So not the belly at all.
That's a fun word.
Are we supposed to touch that?
Pubis.
What are we supposed to do? Like just smack it or?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just run your fingers through her hair if she's growing.
Yeah, you gotta you just
grab a stick,
poke it with a stick.
Just lick the whole thing.
Yeah. Just rub it kind of like you do her head when she's.
Here's
like when you get the cat and you rub its head.
Yeah.
Pet it.
Yeah.
You gotta pet it like a cat.
My cat likes it rough though, so.
I mean, I'm sure some might also like that rough.
That's why I tell Shelby, I'm like, we're laying in bed and both the cats will they'll try to run in as quick as they can before the door shuts. Then they'll come and they'll just be like purring on me, all just putting their head on me, trying to get me to rub them. And I'm like, every pussy in this house is here except for yours. Like, what the fuck's going on right now? Can we get the right one in here, please? She's in the bathroom. I'm like, you got the wrong one.
Maybe it's because you're not touching her FUPA.
I guess.
Maybe you should start touching her FUPA.
Yeah. I'm like, you guys are just we just appreciate the effort. Just do something down there. That's what it sounds like. That's what this article is.
That's what I'm saying. If you touch me anywhere, preferably around my FUPA.
A little bit lower than the FUPA.
Touch me anywhere at this point, please.
Yes. Just
women in their 30s, am I right? Just touch me. I don't care. Just do something. Give me something. Yeah, right? That's men in our 20s, same.
I can only use a vibrator so many times.
Yeah, right.
I need the diesel power.
Yeah, it's like one of those. You guys are solar powered vibrators. You're sitting on the sun doing this.
I just leave it plugged in.
There is a solar power one.
Is there?
I have to keep mine plugged in.
Yeah, it's the times we live in.
Yeah, if you want to go camping.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
You gotta bring your vibrator.
I'll bring that with my shiwi.
Yeah,
trying to get back in touch with
you. Do you have a shiwi?
I do have a shiwi.
How do you like it?
Okay, so we sit to pee.
Of course.
Have you ever tried to pee your pants when you're standing? You can't.
So hard.
It's
I pee everywhere.
I'm so scared.
Actually, we have and we can, and it's not that hard for us.
We're so used to sitting down and peeing. If I have this thing in between my legs and I'm trying to pee standing up, it just feels like I'm gonna pee my pants.
It's not that easy, is it?
No. But I did get the black one because it came with an extender.
It did.
That seems racist.
The black one's bigger? Of course it is. Story of my life.
Now, I've heard the issue with the shiwis is that it just backs up and comes back out. Is that true?
I didn't have that experience, but I also peed very carefully.
Okay.
I guess if you're just releasing, release the Kraken, it's going to be an issue.
I wasn't full force peeing. It was holding this and then trying to pee at the same time, and I'm going to pee on my hand or something.
Yeah.
I'd rather just pee on my Crocs at this point.
Oh.
Yeah, the first time I realized girls don't pee the same way we do, that was the weirdest. Not just the equipment, but the way. It for us, it's like a steady flow stream, and for you guys, it's like, Hula!
It doesn't all just fall out at once.
It's exactly how it sounds every time I hear it. I'm like, God, just flying out of the toilet.
Like you burst a balloon and it's just everywhere.
Yeah.
No,
Well, it's like a slow release, but compared to us, it's like there's no pressure. We have like a pressure
both have
system.
We have the same. It's a urethra. We all have the same thing.
Our urethra
Yours
is
just
shorter.
Ours
Yours
is
just
way
goes
longer.
Further.
Yeah, ours is longer. It's more pressure. It's
Way
like if you have a hose.
Right.
If you
But
have
it
like a
doesn't
hose.
just go
Like what's the difference between like the way? Think about a spout versus like a hose.
Yeah.
And then like you push down on the hose a little bit, and it's like sprays away. You guys don't have that system.
We do. I think to an extent.
Yeah. I think we're just able to stop it when we need to. And you guys
We can. It's just not.
Oh yeah, I can.
Well,
pinch
it's
it off.
also every woman's going to be different too.
But it's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Some women have tighter urethras, just like men. One of my exes, his urethra was so large it looks like you could have shoved a Sharpie down inside of it.
He probably
Are you
did.
sure he wasn't doing that?
Oh no, I know for a fact he wasn't. He didn't do anything. So every time he peed, it sounded like that. Like it was just. I was like, that sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Like an alarming amount at once.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen Kids in a Sandbox?
No. What's that?
So, I don't know. It's like back in the day, like when Two Girls and a Cup was coming out. And me and Mason actually were on the internet just looking for the worst possible shit we could find, and we stumbled across this shit called Kids in a Sandbox, and that's what it is. It's a guy in a bed with a girl, and she's jerking a dildo off into his hole. Yeah.
Is there sand in it?
Oh God!
Where did the sand come from?
Did I say sand?
Yeah, you said
Kids in a Sandbox.
No. I have no idea why they call it Kids in a Sandbox.
He's like, I don't even know.
There were no kids involved.
No,
Yeah.
that's good too.
I assumed.
I'm hoping there was a kids. Now I want to know what you and Mason are up to if there is.
Yeah. You hear that? CIA, there's no goddamn kids involved.
There's no
right?
kids involved, CIA. I swear to God. I've been doing that a lot lately, too. I've been telling the CIA.
Well, they're fucking listening.
Yeah, they are to everything. They've tapped it all, except for me. They're tapping everything.
You missed a spot.
If all these marketing companies are listening, so is the government.
Yeah. Everybody's listening. And the marketing companies are even more
And they're not
bizarre.
even trying to fucking. It used to be
No.
like, you're crazy. They're not listening. Yeah, they're fucking listening.
I'm going to get an ad for urethra stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We're all getting UTI medication ads now.
So funny.
Mine is always lube
Yeah.
and medicine stuff. I think my phone thinks that I have lupus.
Yeah.
Could be.
And I started looking it up because I was like, if it thinks it, maybe I do.
Yeah. Like,
And I was like, no, I don't have this.
maybe my phone is dying.
The
I've
phone
seen it.
yeah.
My phone is literally dying.
I have everything else. I do not have lupus.
You don't have lupus?
No.
I found out that is hilarious that you say that. I found out what was going on with my boyfriend and I live together, and he has an old dog who stinks all the time, and she's very, very itchy, and we were changing her food and trying to think of stuff, and then I had an ad pop up, and it said something about dogs with yeast infections on the skin. I was like, oh my God, my phone diagnosed it. But I made it seem like I knew what I was talking about. I was like, we should totally try medicated shampoo,
Yeah.
babe.
Let's do something. Yeah.
I think that would be a really
It
good
might just be like a Candia. What's the name of the
Candida.
Candida? Yeah.
Is something.
Yeah, it's the name of the yeast, I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We've got. I mean,
Bread.
with everything going on in this world, I'm just happy that things are back to normal. What do you guys think about this? Yeah, boy, got caught drinking a little Bud Lizzy, a little Kid Rock Bud Light action.
Nothing is real.
Nothing's real. It's all simulation.
Yeah.
That's Kid Rock. I thought he was a lizard person.
He's getting so fucking hard to defend.
Yeah, it's hard. You're from Detroit, so
I'm from a trailer park outside Detroit. He's like literally my people.
yeah.
I have one of my sisters. She's 10 years older than me or something like that. She used to be so in love with Kid Rock. I was like, he looks like he's from Kokomo. What do you mean?
Yeah, he does look like he's from Kokomo. That is the realest thing I've heard.
I was at work and I have my speaker that I play very loudly so everybody can hear everything I listen to, and it's horrible. I listen to terrible music. I was playing. It was like the second day I had it out, and somebody came up to me and they're like, "Oh, I didn't think that you would listen to that kind of music." And I was like, "You didn't say that when I had Kid Rock on." And she's like, "Oh no, you look like you'd listen to Kid Rock." I'm like, "What the fuck does that mean?"
Like, that's the biggest.
Like, you think that I listen to Kid Rock but not Shania Twain? Like,
Well, that don't impress
I was
me much.
extremely offended.
So you should have said, "Well, yeah, that don't impress me much." All right,
Yeah.
fucking asshole. So you should have said. You guys ever heard of Dicks, the dirty incest cootie kids? You ever heard of them?
No.
He's laughing for
So
a reason.
That's why I did your research, huh?
That was my research. I was like, I know it's cootie. I was talking to Justin Clark about it, and apparently they had an old band called the Dicks. The Dick?
Well, it depends on how you say it. If you're saying the Dicks as in like a singular thing, then no, copyright law says I was not in a band called the Dicks. I was in a band called the Dirty Incest Cootie Kids, and we just kind of shortened it to Dicks.
Yeah.
So we can say it that way.
When was this?
Oh, shit, I was 18, fresh out of high school.
It was early because like Justin was trying to find songs.
Like, I mean, I already was like as like a fan, like in the punk scene, but like I wanted to be in a band in the punk scene, and I knew that I wasn't all that great, so I thought if we had like a shock value name that you could put on flyers and shit, like people would love to see that. Yeah. I actually, swear to God, I almost wore my Dick shirt today. I just couldn't find it.
My Dick shirt?
Yeah. That's funny. Mason had it made for me. It's like, we never used it, but it's like a metal band logo. Like, you can't really, it's like tree branches and shit that says Dirty Incest Cootie Kids, and on the back, it's like a baseball jersey, and it says Garrett 69 on it.
Oh, yeah. Dirty Incest Cootie
Way
Kids.
back in the day. Clark and I used to hang out, but it was right before that because we knew each other middle school, beginning of high school.
What band was that? You had a boyfriend that was in a band with him, right?
Justin wasn't in that one, but
no.
He was in Haddonfield.
Haddonfield with Holden and Nate.
With Holden.
And
Yeah, I used to date Ricky.
Ricky. Okay. Yeah,
Ricky. Richard.
Long time ago.
Richard.
I was actually just under a bridge last night doing some... Wait, shit, is that a statute of limitations? I wasn't doing graffiti.
Yeah.
And I saw something that he did there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You're under a bridge just going, sometimes I feel like I don't have.
Yeah.
That's all. Every time
I was actually under there brooding. I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. Oh, did you fall down there after hitting like 50 things?
No, dude, I did fall. I mean, I fell gracefully. Like, it looked cool, but yeah, I lost my footing and slid down some rocks.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Everybody here knows you because of dicks.
Everybody here knows you because of dicks in some way.
No, actually, most people in this town will probably have a fun story about my dick to tell.
Yeah.
I do.
Let's hear it. What's the story?
Mine.
Oh, your dick?
Yours was we were in a group chat together. And then we were also in that nude Facebook page together.
Yeah.
And then I was the one photoshopping pictures of everybody's dicks.
She asked me for a dick pic one day.
You're like, don't mind if I do.
And I'm like, what? I don't know you.
I don't know.
And so I just Googled like the biggest, blackest penis I could find and sent it to her. And she sent it back to me with a Make America Great Again head on top of it. I was like, oh, hell no. Give me about 15 minutes. And I went and got as hard as I possibly could and sent her a picture. And then she just started sending all these cool shit back to me. Like, she put a fucking top hat and a monocle on it and put it in the Oval Office.
Nice.
She gave it Wolverine claws.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that.
She made it a priest.
That's great.
Just too much.
Yeah.
Too
You're
much.
a genius.
I am the best dick photoshopper in the
Yeah,
world.
hands down.
But that's a great way to just get guys to send.
Not that I wanted that. No, it was we were in a Facebook group where everybody posted like nudes and lewds and stuff like that.
No.
Of themselves
And
or
me and
just
you-
anything?
Of themselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it was all local people. And we were already in a group chat with like 3 or 4 other people. So like we were talking about that stuff, and like somebody and somebody had sent me one, and I'd sent it back with a hat on it.
Yeah.
So then that's what started the conversation about it. And then like I told him to send me one, and I would do stuff to his too. And like and then he posted it in that group, and then everybody started sending me their dicks.
Yeah.
And I started like sending them back with stuff on them.
Nice.
She's an
It was a
artist.
thing.
She's a dick artist.
That's all I can
Turn them
do.
into so many different things. You do it with boobs too.
I put one of them
Oh,
was
yeah.
Rose on the Titanic, and so he was holding it.
That's perfect. Oh, I love that.
I'm so sick of you.
I made one of them Jesus, and like with like the background of like somebody had died. Like
Oh no, beautiful.
So sacrilege, dicks, just dicks everywhere.
She put mine on the top of an A1 steak sauce bottle, so I could say like I have A1 nudes.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Nice.
I still have most of those pictures in my phone, by the way.
She's like a new age digital Jonah Hill from Superbad. Like,
Yeah.
you know, where he's like drawing all the dick.
Just
Yeah.
can't stop drawing dicks.
It's an affliction. It wasn't a choice.
Big veiny triumphant bastard.
I actually have a really cool dick pic that's been breaking the internet. You guys see this one?
I've been seeing that pop up a lot lately, but mostly because it's talking about the, what do they call that? The stare.
Yeah.
The Kubrick stare.
Kubrick.
Yeah.
Kubrick stare.
He honestly he went hard on this. Like he did a good job of making sure he looked good.
I genuinely
look
can't
good?
believe that's the first presidential mugshot.
I know, isn't that insane?
I don't know how the fucked up you got away with
They
it.
didn't have mugshots back when Andrew Jackson was running. So
Or apparently when George Bush was president.
yeah. Yeah, he would, or Obama. They all.
Obama,
They're he's actually the only one that didn't start a war, which is pretty crazy, right? When you look back on the 4-year Trump administration, you think like, he's the only one that didn't get us into it. He did bomb Ukraine, right? He did bomb Ukraine, I think, or was it?
I don't.
Syria. He bombed Syria.
Syria, yeah.
Syria,
we definitely bombed Syria.
I don't know anything about politics.
You guys know anything about politics?
Well, he amped up the riots inside the country. So I mean.
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely a lot going on January 6th.
Yeah, he's like, what the fuck? You're supposed to do that secretly.
Yeah. He doesn't like them at all.
Yeah.
They all don't like each other. I saw this one and I was like, I don't want to be around anymore. I don't know if you guys watch.
God damn it.
Is that Leatherface?
No, have you ever watched the show I Think You Should Leave?
Mm-mm.
It's a comedy sketch show. She gets so sick of me. Like everybody, it's like one of my favorite shows. It's so funny. It's a comedy sketch show. Every sketch is like completely different. And there's a sketch where this guy, he's basically said like, I'm going to do a thing where I go into a mall food court dressed up as a weird guy and just mess with people. And he gets on this makeup, gets all this whole suit on. He gets out there and he's like stiff as fuck trying to walk around. He's like, and they're like, go mess with that girl. Go grab her tray. And he's like, there's too much fucking shit on me.
I got too much fucking shit on.
There's too much fucking shit on me. And he's like, just go up. And he's like, no, it kills. I can't do this. This is horrible. He's like claustrophobic from all the makeup and shit. And it's the whole skit. You think he's gonna be fucking with people, but what it is him just having an internal like combustion of like he's just internally like, I can't do it. I can't do it right now. It's like, well, you said it was funny. Well, I said it was interesting. I never said it was funny. Like, it's just the argument. It's really stupid. They do a bunch of really... You ever seen the guy in the hot dog meme? Where he's like
the one that's like, I didn't do shit.
Yeah, I didn't do fucking shit. Yeah. The hot dog meme, it's the same guy, Tim Robinson. He was on SNL for a while, and then he does that show with the Lonely Island guys. Help produce it. So it's a really funny show, and the skits are A1, but this is the face of the character, and he's like, I got to remove the chin kill. It's just such a stupid
Didn't you show me, wasn't there a robbery?
Yeah,
you showed me. I think that was.
Yeah, there's so many stupid ones, but they're so good. The one, the hot dog one is the most popular because everybody sees the meme where he's like, "We're all trying to find the guy who did this." He basically runs the Wienermobile into a building.
He's driving a hot dog car. He gets out in a hot dog outfit. And then he's trying to say that he's not the one that was driving the hot dog.
We don't know. It could be any of us. Woo, spooky. And they're like, you're wearing a hot dog.
Yeah, that was was it that? I think maybe that was the one that you showed me. I was thinking it was a robbery.
Because the cops show up. It's probably why. And he starts taking suits. He starts trying to steal from the store as he's talking. Talking about porn. It gets into the point where he's talking about porn. He's like, see, we've been talking. You haven't even asked my name. The only thing people care about is porn. They don't even watch on their computer. They watch it on their phones. And then he just starts spouting off every porn site. He's like, I know these names better than my own family. It's just a really stupid fucking meme. Like, the whole show's just dumb, but it's the funniest shit ever.
Man, I feel like
you have to like dumb humor.
Dumb humor is my favorite. Like, my absolute favorite. Tenacious D, Pick of Destiny.
Oh, yeah.
It's my all-time favorite movie of all time because I love Tenacious D. And I get to see them in a couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah?
Are you going to Indy?
Yes.
We're gonna. We won't be here, so we can't go.
You and Matt just went and saw them in Cincy, right?
We went there last year.
Was it Cincinnati?
It was
in Columbus?
Kentucky,
it was in Ohio, but it wasn't. I don't know where it was.
You don't know where it was? I know it was somewhere. I know.
It was up north.
Isn't that Cincinnati?
I don't fucking
Toledo?
know, bro.
Toledo?
Shoot,
There was something Falls or something.
Akron?
Maybe.
Just keep saying
Canada.
it.
Ohio isn't real.
But,
Yeah, Ohio. Ohio is for
because I was so
lovers.
sad. I was like, what? Because I didn't hear about it until the night before, and of course wasn't able to go. But I saw this posted months ago, and I was like, I don't care that it's this much money. I saved up because I wanted to see them so bad.
Yeah.
This is like a lifetime.
You're a huge fan. I mean, when we were doing karaoke, you were like killing those songs.
Yeah.
You, Courtney, and Matt are all like.
It's my repeat movie. The songs I sing them all the time.
What you guys all know? You guys all know those songs.
Oh.
You do the Devil at the end of the Pick of Destiny. The Devil is like one of her best ones. I always like hearing her do that one with Matt. Matt's doing the Jack Black, and she's doing the Devil. Why are you on your phone right now?
I'm trying to figure out where we were.
It's not that important.
It's really important to me right now.
See, I've created a brain moment where you're like, I need to know where I was. I need to know what's going on.
And I'm taking my boyfriend to go, and he just for the first time saw the movie and fell asleep during it. And I'm like,
Uh-oh.
You're like,
Red flag.
How dare he?
You can't have that. You can't get the ick a couple years in. You know?
Did you ever watch the show?
What's that?
Has he ever seen the show?
No, like the movie he just saw for the first time, and he knows Jack Black, but doesn't know.
You know, I had this realization the other day, a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
If Chris Farley doesn't die, we don't get Jack Black.
You're probably right. Because he does everything that Jack Black does except for the singing, though.
Right.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, I mean, we probably get Tenacious D, but I see, like Shallow Hal being a Chris
You can imagine
Farley
him
movie.
in Shallow Hal.
Yeah.
He'd be perfect for that role.
I forgot about that
It was
movie, but I
Chattanooga.
did.
It was Cuyahoga Falls.
That's not a place.
I don't fucking know, bro.
You just made up a name. Are you just saying
It's
things,
by Cleveland.
Brick, are you just pointing at things in the room and saying that's what it was?
Yes.
Lamp?
Yes.
Kids nowadays don't know that was memes before memes. That was like what we did as memes, because like we watched movies that were funny and then we just recited lines when we saw each other for no reason.
Yeah.
I'm in a glass case of emotion, and everybody's and then you kept walking.
Yeah, my 4-year-old will be quoting movies that I know for a fact he's never seen, but because there's like in memes or random crap on YouTube.
TikTok. Tic Tacs.
My kids are not allowed on TikTok.
Yeah, my kid
except
isn't
for
either.
my oldest. She's old. She's on there now. And one of her videos got viral. I was so proud of her.
She went viral?
She
What'd
almost
she
a
do?
million views.
What'd she do?
And it was like a really random video. Like it was a duet, and she was watching a nature video about something, and she just made a random noise, like a squeak. And so it was like super popular with kids. Like I feel old because I'm like I don't understand it, but I'm so proud of her.
You're like, babe, you killed it with all the kids
She's
and pedophiles.
so good with like graphic design. And
That's what freaks me out with the kids.
Yeah.
with digital art. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
that's awesome though. That's cool. Because I worry because my ex-wife, their daughter, she's a TikTok girl. She loves it and she does little videos. And what I would call if an adult woman was doing it, I would call it a thirst trap. But she's 8 or 9 years old, so I'm like, we've got to,
Yep.
But at the same time, like she's just dancing. So to her, it's not what it is. It's just kept doing what the other kids are doing, or like the other people are doing. But to me, I'm like, that's kind of like a thirst trap, like video, or you know what I mean?
Unreal.
Like,
Alexis is so excited because she's got like 1,000-something followers.
no way.
But they're all bots.
Oh, yeah,
And
good.
I'm like, oh.
They're all bots with the name.
I mean,
maps.
Yeah.
Something.
Fucking fembots.
I know,
man.
dude. It's all. I get so many. Do you get a lot of them on Facebook?
I do,
On
yeah.
Facebook?
Like a lot of. I get a lot of on Facebook. I get a lot of like.
I deleted
friend
Snapchat.
requests.
Like completely stopped using Snapchat because
Just
I don't
it
ever
just got
get-
fucking out of hand.
I don't ever get the bots. And it
Yeah, I
makes me
stopped.
kind of upset.
They stopped after a while. I put some type of filter thing on it, and they stopped doing it. So
No, I don't have them on Facebook.
no.
On TikTok, yeah.
Yeah.
They
Is it
like to
bad?
favorite
It's always,
my
know,
videos.
Ooh.
it's
Like, I don't know.
when someone's like Facebook gets hacked or whatever, and they like lose their Facebook. Haven't been there yet. I don't know what that's
Yeah.
like. But that's what I'm noticing. Like, do you know China?
Yeah.
Not like.
Yeah. The girl from here.
Yeah. So her Facebook was hacked or whatever.
Yeah, I've heard of the country.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
kidding.
I didn't know if he meant the
Like the
wrestler.
wrestler. Yeah.
China.
No, her shit was hacked, so she started a new one, and now like the person who hacked her is just like posting that they're not China, but they're like carrying on like they're China still. But and like I try to comment everyone, and they always delete it. Like, you're not fucking China. What are you doing here?
I've seen somebody else, a girl who's on the podcast. Her name's Talia Lynn. She does OnlyFans modeling and stuff. She lost her entire Twitter like that. So she had like 60,000 followers on Twitter, and she like I don't know the exact story, but what I gathered from it was she knew another girl locally or on the line that was like, I will help manage your social media. Just give me your thing. I'll help you fix this thing. And then she went logged in, changed the password, stole the whole thing, put her picture up there, just like deleted everything she had posted before, just stole her 60,000 like plus followers. Well, she ended up getting it back from Twitter, which is pretty great because I didn't think that would happen. I thought they'd be like, "Well, you're a fucking idiot."
I think she paid her to do it though.
Yeah, she paid, and she like was requesting money back from her and accidentally sent. So when she was
$5,000.
trying to request $500 from her and then accidentally send $500. I'm like, this girl's having a rough
Shouldn't
day.
have internet
Yeah.
privileges.
Well, it kind of like underlines the reason why she's like, I need somebody to manage my social media. I can't do this. But she does a good job with that stuff though. Like she has her own
Have you seen her art stuff she's doing? She's doing so well.
I know. She's been killing it. She does a lot of stuff. She's kind of like you or you. It's kind of like everybody here that we all have our hands in weird shit. Like we do a bunch of weird stuff, like stuff that people don't. If you don't know us, you don't know about it. Like with the theater stuff. I mean, it's been a while since you've done anything on that. Have you considered jumping back in at all, or is it just like a time thing?
Like I do enjoy. Mostly, I enjoy doing musical theater, but it's not. I don't like all musicals. I don't like. You know,
I'm the same way.
It has to be something that I'm interested in doing, and I don't really know most of the people that are still doing it nowadays. Like I know some of them, but I just don't have a strong connection. And I really enjoy doing being on camera on screen versus stage.
Yeah. We're gonna do more. That's something we've talked about. I wrote a parody song. I'm not putting it out. We did a parody song together a long time ago, and then 2020 happened, and then COVID happened and ruined our entire thing. It was like right before we had to like recorded it. It was about the local mayor. It was in the vein of Call Me Maybe.
Call Me. Yeah, what was
But it was about potholes. It was Fill It Maybe. It was really stupid, but it was cute and funny. I was going to dress up as a girl and do a music video, and Michelle and Maddie were going to be my backup dancers. It was going to be great. We had a great idea, and then COVID happened. And we couldn't go out in public and film because people would complain and throw a fit, and we weren't sure if everybody was going to die or not.
You ever heard of Wanksy?
Yes, I love Wanksy.
Yeah, fucking love that.
You know who Wanksy is? You've heard of Banksy, right?
Yeah.
The artist. Well, Wanksy was like a Banksy-esque artist that would go find potholes and put dicks on there. So the city would have to fix it.
I saw that.
It's perfect. I love it.
Yeah, that's one way to get it done for sure.
Did you guys hear about the professor at Penn State?
Again?
He got caught having relations with his border collie.
I mean, they are
pretty dogs.
pretty.
Yeah,
You guys both went to the same exact joke. I love it. Well, they are beautiful dogs.
I mean, don't fuck your dog.
Well, he's a professor.
I mean, from the back, like the hair.
I don't care if it was for educational purposes.
So was he doing it like in class, and that's why the professor part of it?
I think he got caught.
Yeah, how do you get caught?
Public. He was in public.
Oh.
At like a park. Like
He was at the park fucking his dog.
That sounds like a good idea. How did he get caught? I mean,
yeah. Well, you know, at the Kokomo Press, we like to problem solve, and I don't know if you guys heard, but there's this guy who spent $14,000 to transfer himself into a collie.
So he could fuck his dog.
No, he is the dog.
Problem solved.
Yeah, but then he can't get caught fucking the dog because everybody will think
it's
he's
not
a dog.
interspecies anymore.
Everyone will think you're a dog fucker, but not really.
You're not.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna know because you're a dog.
Yeah. And see, if they just met each other like a couple months earlier, he'd be fucking fine.
I saw the video of the guy moving in that, and it looks so ridiculous. Not even close to being realistic.
Oh, no.
Why would someone spend $14,000 on it? It's just crazy.
$14,000 seems a little high. I don't know. Maybe $7,000 seems a little more
It's
reasonable.
just a suit, right?
Well, it's like a realistic. He had to get like. It's very realistic looking. Like in the video, I thought he looked like a dog, but he didn't move like a dog.
But why?
No, he like it's
What was
very
the purpose?
robotic.
I mean,
To fuck dogs.
it's the same reason anybody does anything nowadays.
Well,
they feel like they are
furries.
that. So
Furries want to be the animal.
Yeah,
They're like
yeah.
an animal human.
it's a
hybrid.
culture, you know. It's a whole culture. Like we've got so much weird stuff going on. I don't know if you guys. This is something you never would have seen 20 years ago. You know, transgender Michigan woman orders former boyfriend to return her testicles from his fridge, so he wouldn't give her testicles back. And it became a news story, and it's kind of bullshit if you ask me.
They want to give me my kidney stone back. Would you get your testicles? That's
Yeah.
fucked up.
I've
Isn't
had
that
to read
weird?
this like 5 times to make sure my brain's understanding.
Well, you can see that in the
Yeah.
picture on the right, she has her testicles.
Maybe they
in the
lived
little-
together at one point and she put them in the freezer.
Yeah, they're in the fridge, and she's like, "Give them back," and he's like, "No, I want to keep them."
Yeah, why would you keep them at all?
Any of them.
I would keep somebody's balls out of spite.
Yeah.
No, why would her own balls?
Yeah.
Why would she want
Sentimental.
them?
Yeah.
Make a
Yeah.
necklace.
Never forget where you came
Yeah.
from.
Like, did
There was a
they still have
quarterback.
any kind of like actual like
If-
sperm inside them? So like you can freeze the
I
balls.
think that
and-
they would take that to like the medical center and freeze them. I
It
don't think
seems
that you
more.
would keep that yourself.
That seems like a good idea. That you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
jerk a few times rather than just keep the balls.
Yeah, I would keep my balls if I got them cut off.
I think it's
Would you
purely
not?
aesthetic.
I wanted to keep my tumors that they removed, but they wouldn't let me. Like my ovaries and stuff.
I have a bunch of teeth.
I have my kids' teeth, not my own.
I was at my mom's house and we were swimming and I went into her room to find my bathing suit. And on the floor was a little baggie that said Courtney's teeth.
You're like, oh my God.
And all this time, I thought the Tooth Fairy had them, and I'm really upset.
Was that how you found out?
That's how I found out, like last year.
Shit.
Well, I think the Tooth Fairy, it just slipped out of her pocket.
Who's been taking my kids' teeth is the question.
It just fell out. Kind of like when I worked at the doctor's office, this guy had a bag of like white powder fell out of his hat, but he didn't know, so I just kind of scooped it up and put it in my pocket.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Did you figure out what it was?
Cocaine?
Yeah, teeth.
But actually, somebody else stole my kids' teeth.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
But they give them money?
No, No, I mean somebody literally, when they stole all of my stuff out of that house, they stole my kids' baby teeth.
God.
Ew.
Could you imagine? Take the dildo. That's fine. Take the dildos.
Play
take
with
all
my
the
dildos.
toys.
I don't care that you were my stepdad.
You can have the dildos, but
You
keep
can have
my
my
kids'
dildos.
teeth.
Just don't fucking take my kids' teeth. What are you going to do with them?
Yeah.
That's so. Yeah.
Nobody knows anything about what I'm talking about.
I truly believe the internet has ruined most of us.
True story.
Well, except for this story is real, and it
told
was her
this
stepdad, and he did take all of her sex toys, and we don't know
I think
why.
I've told this on the podcast.
Well, we know why, but
Take what you love most. That's most dear to your heart.
yeah,
I'd be really.
Find what you love and let it kill you.
yeah.
My dildos.
How long until you think he was like, damn, the smell's not there anymore?
Oh, fuck. You're going to get a call like, hey.
If you see Brian Avery, ask him about my
Oh,
dildos.
God, you can't throw names out here.
Why?
All right, you can.
Fuck that guy.
Who's your stepdad?
Yeah, and he took her.
I mean, there's like multiple Brian Averys. So
I know. It's like I thought
figure out which one.
I thought we went to school with one.
I think we did.
This was literally him. He was like, but there's the room for my entire family in here. You guys ever play Fallout? Did you ever play Fallout?
Not in years.
No.
Not
Yeah, this
gamer.
was from the Fallout game, and somebody made Vin Diesel, so I was like, this is perfect. So I gotta have as many Vin Diesel quotes in this as I can have, for sure.
Why?
Because I love it. It's about family, you
You
know?
just love Vin Diesel.
Did y'all watch Guardians 3?
Yeah, great.
So
No.
I'm watching that shit
Yeah.
at the end. I'm not trying to spoil anything, but
Don't, 'cause I haven't
they're
seen it.
listening to Come and Get Your Love by Redbone. And I watch everything with subtitles on. And the lyrics are playing, and it said, you know, bow, down, down, bow, down, down, bow, down, 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 down.
Come and get you.
Wrong.
Oh.
It's hail.
It's hell.
Hail.
Hail.
Like big ice. Or whatever. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck. So I thought it was like a mistake. I was like, they fucked that up.
Did you look it
And I
up?
looked it up, and yeah, it's fucking
Hail?
hail. And then you can like go
Hail?
back and listen to it. Like that's what he's saying. Yeah. It's like
Why?
the biggest mind fuck of 2023 so
Well,
far for me.
I don't listen to lyrics ever. Period. So that makes sense. Like
all
the chicken
melody?
Noodle, like the I'm all about the
All
sounds.
the melody, yeah.
I'll sing the whole thing. Think I know what I'm singing, but yeah.
I think that's definitely a singer thing, because my mom tells all kinds of stories about when I was a kid and how I loved certain songs, but I had no idea what they were saying. So like there's certain songs, like I'd called Smells Like Teen Spirit when I was a kid. I called it the potato song, because I was thinking it was like, a potato.
It does sound like a potato.
Like as a kid, and then like,
Still to this day, I don't know
what's
what
the
it's
song?
saying.
Heaven isn't too far away. My mom said I would go na kana too far away. It's like 2 star away. I don't even know. It's just funny because like when you're a singer and you're hearing just the melody and you don't know the words at all. Did you guys have that same experience? Like when you were kids, do you have any songs?
I mean,
that you...
there's lots of embarrassing things. Like, what was one for me? I mean, Cross-Eyed Bear. I fell for that one.
Yeah.
Mason.
Yeah.
And if he watches this, I'm sorry, buddy. Like, I think it had to have been like one of the first times we ever hung out. We realized we both like Rancid.
Yeah.
And so we're driving around, smoking pot on country roads, and listening to Rancid. And he's like, there's a Rancid song, Sidekick, and the chorus is, I had a dream I was a vigilant sidekick, right?
Yeah.
But when he's driving, like screaming at the top of his lungs with confidence from his chest, he's screaming, I had a dream there was a midget inside me. I'm like, I hear it. I turn the volume down. I'm like, bro, what the fuck did you just say?
The record scratch stopped. What'd you say? What'd you just fucking say?
He's like, what? He had a dream there was a midget inside him? I was like, no, bro. What the fuck?
The words were way more poignant than that.
Yeah. I was like 24 before I realized the song Life in the Fast Lane by the Eagles is about cocaine.
Yeah.
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 I'm still learning about songs and what they mean.
Yeah.
Like
it's weird when you find out. Like it's like I didn't know the song "Cocaine" by It's about cocaine.
I started writing a song last night. Actually, I had this this like a phrase, I guess, just kept popping in my head, and it was kind of sing-songy the way that it sounded, and it reminded me of like a 90s country song, which I'm not big on country anyway, but if I listen to country, it's usually 90s country, like Shania.
That's all I listen to. I don't like new country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you are the country
shit
girl.
Has got to go.
I don't know the new country at all, but I was like, this is perfect, because I was writing a song. It's mostly about me being irritated with my boyfriend, really.
Yeah.
But he, like, and not listening, you know, what I'm asking or saying the same thing. So I'm like, I'm going to sing this in a way that I know you're going to understand because he likes country. So that's how it goes.
I'm going to need you to step up. Mm-hmm. Did you guys, speaking of country music, did you guys, I know you've definitely heard about this guy, right? Everybody can't stop talking about Oliver Anthony. Mm-mm. You haven't heard the song, the I've been something. What?
Richmond, north of Richmond.
Yeah, his song ended up becoming number 1 on iTunes, and then he had number 2, and then he had number 5.
Is he from Indiana? Richmond, Indiana?
No, he's from I think he's
from North Carolina.
Yeah, he's from one of the Carolinas. Yep, and then they did a whole video of him out here. Let's see if I can bring it up.
Makes us strong is our diversity, and we need to learn to harness and appreciate it and not use it as a political tool to keep everyone separate from each other, you know? I mean,
it was a big deal because they basically branded his song that he wrote about
conservative
they're like it's a conservative song, but the song was literally about like fuck the oligarch. Like I didn't understand why people.
Yeah, that's the message I got from it.
I was like, isn't this anti-government, anti-establishment, anti-corporations? I mean, there's like one line. There's one line in the song where he says, "If you're 5'3" and you weigh 300 pounds, taxes ought to not pay for your bags of fudge rounds," and that was enough to brand it right wing. That was it. That's all it took. The fact that it was country and then that.
Yeah, going to the gym is right wing now too.
Yeah, yeah. I actually have a thing on here that I was like, nobody else knew this, but you're the only one. The far right's obsession with fitness is going digital, which is pretty crazy. So why the far right is really into home fitness? I guess working out's right wing. I don't understand this polarization anymore. Do you guys?
It's literally just.
I don't understand why everything has to be one or the other.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go both ways.
Yeah.
It's because social media came and then everybody was like, I have an opinion and it's important.
Yeah.
Which it's cool to have an opinion, but it's not fucking important.
It's important to you.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what matters.
They started realizing if they come together and they all have the same opinion, that they can affect corporations just by complaining.
No, I'm cool with that shit.
Yeah. And it's like, I have no problem with that, but it's also gets to the point where that's where you get canceling from. That's where you get all this stupid shit where you're like, yeah, do we really need to do this?
Like I don't drink, so I did not give a singular fuck about the Bud Light thing. But I was, if you want to run that company out of business,
yeah,
do
absolutely.
it. Teach them a lesson. Fuck it. But don't put another brand of theirs. Don't
don't do the same thing.
Idiots.
They lost a lot of money. That
they're doing revolution wrong.
So.
Well, I'm glad Kid Rock is back.
Yeah, I'm glad too. Like I'm sick of outrage culture. Like I don't know why people were upset with this. If 2 9-year-olds want to fight in West Virginia, who gives a shit? If they want to have a backyard brawl,
they're gonna fucking do it anyway.
What does the government? Why does the government have to be involved at all? I saw this and I'm like, this has to be satire. And somebody's like, nah, brother, it's real, man. Landon and Mason are fucking.
Kids are fucking hardcore.
Are they like wrestling?
Yeah, like they just neither one of those kids look like they've ever thrown a punch in their life.
No, my boyfriend's son, he's 9, 10.
10.
Just had his first day of football practice and already quit.
Yeah, he's like, fuck that.
Because they were yelling. I was like,
because they were yelling.
It's a lot, man. My son, there's a few times where he was at practices where he's like, dude, it's boring or it's mean. It's like the only two things like that he could feel from it half the time is like super bored standing around or run. He's like, whoa, like we were just standing around for an hour. Now we got to run. Mm-hmm. But then the other day he came home and he was like, I was playing football. He went to the high school football game and played like like pick up football with friends from his middle school football team, and he was like, "It's so weird, Dad. It's like I'm not like over heavy breathing now when I play sports." I'm like, "It's called being in shape, Bob.
Yeah.
It's called actually. That's all that stuff they were doing to you. It's so that moments like this happen where you're not tired when you run all night. It's like so easy."
I went on like a 3-mile hike last night.
You mean?
About 5 minutes into that bitch, I was like, oh, fuck, I am out of shape.
It's like, oh yeah, that's why I don't.
How do I keep fucking doing this?
Like a hike. They actually had me. Like I spent like the last 2.5 months working this really physical job at work, and then they moved me to another shift and put me on a job where all I did was drive around and I did nothing for most of the night. And I was like, this is so boring. So then they put me on another shift and I went right back to that job. I was like, please give me something to do. I'm so bored. But like I've dropped like 35 pounds just working that job in the last couple months. So I'm like, I've got my muscles actually look like they're muscles again, not just like blobs on my arms.
Wow.
I know. Isn't that
Gun
crazy?
show
It's killing
over there.
me.
Don't do that right now.
Yeah, he's got a literal gun show. Look at that. Boom.
Damn.
He put a gun on the gun. Oh, you got one on each side? Oh my God. I didn't see the other one. All right, he's got all the tattoo. I got my Justin Timberlake tattoo. That's what Maddie calls it. Because
What?
It's a cross. It's like a nail cross on my arm. And because it's a cross in the same location, I guess Justin Timberlake's was. He always says it's a Justin Timberlake.
Nothing wrong with that. Justin Timberlake is fine.
Justin Timberlake's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you hear that he's putting out a new song with Timbaland and Nelly Furtado? They're doing another one.
That's pretty
It's
cool.
been a while.
forgot
Nelly
about her.
Furtado?
Yeah.
Nelly Furtado.
You forgot about her? How can you forget about Nelly Furtado?
She not been doing anything.
She's like a bird. She flew away.
Yeah, for real.
That other one was the one I liked by her. The one that came out right after that one that was like her in the mud the whole time. I was just like, she's just like dancing in the mud. I was like, yeah.
Is it that? It wasn't that song. What was it?
No, it was. She did the "I'm like a bird," and then she did the one.
I thought that
the bumbly,
was-
bumbly, bumbly, down, 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 down into you. All my dreams. Not everything in this magical world is what. Yeah, I don't even know the name of the song, but I just remember her dancing in the mud and being
That was
like,
my jam. I loved Nelly Furtado. It was like
She
fifth
was.
grade for me. I think.
she was like the first like popular like non-rock alt girl. Like, you know what I mean? Like
indie. I think.
yeah,
she
like an
invented
indie folk, like that ended up breaking through into the mainstream. Because like it's like her equivalent now would be like Florence and the Machine, right? Like, is that what you would think? Like something like the
I'm
kinda
not-
like
I don't know
alt
many
girl.
of new artists.
Florence and the Machine's not new. You know Florence and the Machine.
Maybe if I heard a song.
You do. It's happiness. Is all, da, da, da. I don't know the words at all. The dog days are over. The dog
I know what you're
days
talking
are over.
That's the one that makes you cry at the end of Guardians
Yeah,
3.
it's fucking sad. Yeah, exactly. It's the one that makes you. It's so good though. That movie was good. I'm so happy. It's the only.
That movie, I mean, especially like the last hour, just sitting there like, fuck.
Yeah, I'm not crying. You're crying.
Don't you
movie?
fucking do it.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yeah.
It's really good. That whole movie is. It's a tearjerker.
Yeah.
It's literally right now. You can watch it on Disney Plus.
Disney,
It's available to watch.
No, but it's one of those ones where if I watch it, Matt's going to be mad at me.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh,
Because you watch it together.
Matt's abusive. I get. I'm just kidding.
He
I love
likes
you,
to
Matt.
beat me.
He likes to beat me.
She said with
I'm
a
scared
smile.
to watch anything by myself. I know,
Yeah,
I
real
did.
big smile. He likes to eat me.
He does.
He's gonna beat me. Oh my god.
I might just go home and watch it.
Is that what I need to do to get someone to touch my FUPA?
I'm going home after this so he can touch my FUPA.
Anything you do, whatever you do,
I'll let you know how it goes.
I will live vicariously through you.
I wonder if that's like one of those memes where it's like, pro tip for winter, put sugar in your gas tank.
Yeah, that one's-
freezing. So I'm going to go home and touch a FUPA and get like bitch slapped for it. It's like, this fucking hurts.
Bitch slap me, then touch my FUPA.
Right.
That's what I want. I'm going to watch the movie,
In this order.
then get beat, and then I'm going to have him touch my FUPA.
I forgot about this, but I wanted to bring this up. Did you guys hear about this? This girl, Michaela, it was a case that broke the internet.
yeah.
A Kentucky woman divorced her husband because she thought she was talking to a Stranger Things actor online.
Have I told you about my? I
And
told
she
you about
really
my
gets you a
cousin.
ton of
This
money
happened
too,
to.
right?
Huh?
I told you this happened to my cousin, right?
Yeah, she did give him a bunch of money, and it happened to your cousin?
Like, not the Stranger Things actor. Like, it was a military guy. She was like posted on Facebook that she was leaving her husband and she was about to be with this new guy. She kept posting pictures, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep watching this because like you can tell it's obviously not a real person.
It's a free TV
It's
show.
a very attractive military man, and she has no teeth.
Yeah.
She's my cousin's wife.
Yeah.
So she was leaving my cousin.
Oh, that's even
My
better.
cousin who was currently in jail for meth.
It's so weird how delusional people can be with these catfishes. She was leaving your cousin.
She was gonna leave my cousin and get and like she had like sent him money and stuff, and was gonna go be with him, and then like it kept progressing. Like, I'm so in love with my man. Like, I love him so much. Look how cute he is, and like posting all about him. And then she's like a couple weeks go by, we don't hear anything, and she's like, well, me and Ray Dean are getting back together.
God.
I bet you are.
Don't put that on the internet. Like, break up in silence. People don't get that anymore. They're like, I gotta tell everybody.
Look at this hot new man I got. Like, it just proves how fucking shallow you are, though.
And I can't get a text back.
Yeah, I can't
first pretty guy.
Well, she might not be real.
If a guy's pretty enough, it's kind of like, I'll show him off, but I have to make sure he's real.
Yeah. Right. You didn't even met him.
And yeah, like, make sure I'm in the picture with him, but like, look what I just got.
Right.
But this girl thought she was dating.
I mean, that's what I do.
Which guy was it? The Eddie. Eddie was his name in the show.
No. It was.
He was pretty.
Yeah, he was pretty.
It was.
I would probably brag about it
brother.
too.
What the fuck was his name? Billy.
But why would he need
Billy?
money?
I thought she was dating the new guy.
I thought it was the daiquiri guy.
It could be. All the guys, Joe Keery, all those guys are hot on that show. These little young guys.
I fucking love that show so much. Sorry, but it's going to be like another fucking year before it ends. I swear to God, we're going to get the 5th season. One of the Stranger Things kids is going to have a kid by the time that show comes out.
Yeah. It's forever. It's for fucking ever.
Yeah.
I've already created the ending in my head, so I'm good.
You created it? Beckner? Is it Beckner?
Yeah.
Beckner.
I only got into season 2, maybe.
Yeah? You couldn't get through the whole thing?
Not that I didn't want to. I just kept forgetting to.
One of those things.
Like, I very rarely
get
sit
into
and watch
it.
TV.
I didn't get into it until this last season. I had to go back and rewatch everything, and then I could watch it, because like the first 2 seasons were like, it's okay. I like the last one.
Mm-hmm. How many are there now?
3?
4.
4?
Yeah, it's like they did half of 4.
And then they did 4. They split it in 2.
Yeah, and then got it later on.
Mid-season breaks.
And then the 5th one will be the last one.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really good show. I think the nostalgia factor, it's like it definitely hit at the right time, because everybody's nostalgic for like the 80s and shit. So, and
it's in Indiana.
Yeah, well,
it's actually like it's supposed to be like where Fairmount is.
Yeah, it's not far from here. Like, I heard Fairmount, Gas City area, right?
Yeah. They put out an official map with Hawkins on it.
So that's a good idea.
I was like, fuck,
I like anything with Indiana. He put Indiana on it. That's why I liked my favorite first song ever as a kid was Last Dance with Mary Jane, and that's because Indiana Boys on the Internet. I was like, hell yeah.
My mom likes to tell the story.
Didn't you guys do that karaoke?
Yeah.
When I first moved here, I was 15.
Yeah.
And I was pissed. I didn't want to fucking move here, you know. I was a sophomore in high school. You know, I was leaving all my friends and all the family I had up there. I didn't want to fucking move here at all. And as we're like crossing the border from Michigan to Indiana, shortly thereafter, Mellencamp comes on the radio, and my mom like turns it down. And she's like, John Mellencamp is kind of like the Kid Rock of Indiana. Turn this fucker around.
I love that. It's so funny. Did you know John Mellencamp, John Cougar Mellencamp, is actually the Kid Rock of Indiana? You wouldn't even get it. I love it. David Letterman.
I can't hold a hot dog without thinking of that motherfucker. I just want.
You choking?
I don't know. But now I'm crying.
Yeah, makes your eyes water.
I've got a CPR mask.
Yeah, put it on. I've got Narcan up there. Did you guys hear there's a new barbecue place in town?
New barbecue place?
Fuck.
It's like every barbecue place. I found this. I was like, holy shit, I need to put this on the podcast because it's so stupid. But every time they're like, you should go to this new barbecue place. Every time I go there, it's literally like coleslaw, a pickle, a piece of bread, and like a brisket. And it's like 2 small pieces of brisket. I'm like, why is every barbecue place like that? Are you all right?
It's because this place isn't southern enough.
She dying.
It's not personal enough.
She's got a tickle.
She got a little tickle. Now we just have we have the empty chair over there. So Cortni,
That's her ghost.
No. Oh man, it's been a long week. I don't know about you guys. I've had a lot going on. You guys been busy?
Yeah. I work every day, and then life finds ways to keep me busy after work.
Yeah. Are your kids in town, or are they going to school outside of town?
No, they go here.
Okay. Are they go to Kokomo area?
Mm-hmm.
Oh hell yeah, that's awesome, dude.
Yep. I've got a freshman.
A freshman? Oh my god.
No, I have a freshman next year. It just doesn't sit right
Same.
with
I
me.
know, it's scary.
Hurt my heart. Hurt my heart.
And then when your oldest boy, what grade is he in?
Logan, he is 7th grade.
7th. Okay. So your my kid's right in between yours. Our kids are right in between yours.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I got a freshman, 7th grade, and then Roland, he'll be a preschooler next year.
Hell yeah, dude. Are you excited to like get them all out of the house for a little bit every day?
Well, he already goes to like a daycare every day that kind of is preparing him for preschool. Yeah. So I'm glad that I got to
do preschool. Yeah. It's called a preschool.
A preschool.
We were just joking earlier because our buddy of ours was getting married, and we're like, he was like, I don't know, should I do a prenup? And I was like, oh, maybe you could. I was like, if you don't, you could always do a postnup. And I was like, and afterwards you'll probably have postnup clarity.
That's right.
Yeah. So that was the joke that we went with through postnup clarity.
Okay.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. I'm excited though. I like it when my friends get married because it's not me. You know, I can be like, ha ha ha, it's you this time. He's like sitting in a room with all of us, and we're like 3 dudes and him, and he's like, yeah, I get married soon. He's like, we're like, are you nervous? He's like, yeah, a little bit. And then it took a while, and then we like moved on, and he was like, yeah, I don't think I'm that nervous. We're like, yeah, you're definitely not nervous, bro.
I think marriage only exists because like one day a husband and wife were like, how much do you love me? Like, I love you so much, babe. And then it's like, I will fucking make it so that if I try to leave you, you can legally sue me and take all my shit.
Yeah. It's the weirdest.
How's that proof?
It's the weirdest. It made sense. Marriage, like the current marriage, made sense. Like when there were like
common law
reasons.
Marriage is the only thing that makes sense to me.
You think so? Like if you're together long enough, you have to.
Yeah. If you work, you prove it out for X amount of years or whatever. They want to decide on 7, I think it is in most states.
Yeah.
You get half their shit if they die.
Yeah. We don't have it in Indiana. I don't think we have common law.
No, it's not. It's not common in most places.
Yeah, I know in California it's a pretty big thing.
Georgia, I think.
Georgia. Trump better not stay down there too long. He'll end up married. I'm just kidding. He's still married, right?
And they're always like in sync with squatter rights too. Fun fact.
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever. Like, I'm a professional divorcee.
Yeah.
Divorcee.
How many you got?
2.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2.
And are you engaged now? Are you guys just doing the boyfriend girlfriend thing for a while?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that.
He's never been married before, nothing like that. So, and his mom and grandma both have told me how much they love me. They're like, "Oh, we want you to know that you have our blessing."
Please marry him and get him.
I don't know if I'll ever get married again. But it comes with benefits. If you get married to somebody who's like he has benefits now. Like, I could get insurance and shit. You know? Just might work out.
I'd just be happy with a 2-income household.
Yeah, I think that's the American dream now.
Myself shit sucks.
You really have to.
That's truly the American
I can't afford to
dream.
be part-time right now, that's for sure. So that's why I'm trying to find more of this type of stuff, or like I want to do the voiceover stuff.
Yeah.
So bad. So I want to figure out how to get into it.
I'm writing a new skit that I definitely gonna hit you up for. It's basic. You ever watch the show?
Am I a stripper?
No.
Again.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I didn't write this one, Brian. I didn't write those ones. That's Brian.
Oh, are you the girl in the car when he's like dressed up as a woman?
No.
No. That's my friend April.
I just saw that one the other day.
Yeah, I reposted that one. I was going through old videos and I was like, I'm gonna repost this on TikTok because I'm like, it hasn't been on TikTok. I might as well see what it does. Didn't do a lot, but I was like, at least it'll exist somewhere else besides just like YouTube.
I just like seeing you dressed up as a girl.
Yeah, everybody does.
Kill it.
They're like, you should do that again. I'm gonna do it again, but that's what the skit is basically. So the concept, if you've made it this far in the podcast, you'll know about this. But the concept is Love is Blind, Kokomo. And I don't know if you've ever watched that show, Love is Blind. It's trash, absolute trash TV, but it's hilarious. So all these people live in a pod, and they're like guys, girls separated, and they go into a room and they go on like dates where they talk to each other, but they never get to see each other. So they just talk about their lives and they just try to like not be horny, you know?
Not The Bachelorette, but that one dating show
this one's called Love at First Sight, or Love is Blind. Then there's a Married at First Sight, which is pretty crazy too. That one's insane. But the concept of this one is like you'll be one of the girls in one of the couples that ends up getting together, but like one of the guys, probably Brian, will end up with me as a girl and not realize it because it's Love is Blind, and like we're gonna do it all. And the reveal is the reveal of and then we're gonna do like we're going on dates, everybody together, and they're like, you guys are gonna be like, what the fuck is this guy? And I want to shoot it like a reality show. I think it'll be really fun.
So are they allowed to be around each other but they have like blindfolds on, or they're not even in the same room? So
the best way that when I say pod, it's really hard to explain, but it's like there's little domes. So there's a hallway that go into domes, and the dome is partitioned, and they're on each side of the dome, and then they go through the hallway to go out, and then they have their own common area of just guys and just girls, and they have to date everybody. You date everybody at first, and then you knock people off your list, and you agree mutually or separately, and then you whittle it down, and then some people end up with somebody, some people end up in like a thing where they're like, I like 2 people, and some people are like, I don't like, and it's like this weird, that's all they do. They literally just drink alcohol, and they go on dates all day. And it's like a huge class action going on right now, because apparently like there's a lot of hokey shit going on there. Like, they're not letting them eat. They're like, there's a bunch of weird shit. Take their phones as soon as they get there. Take their passports. Like, oh, you don't get to go anywhere.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Taking your phones is a big deal. If you're one of my sisters went to audition for a reality show. Her and her ex-husband went to go audition for. It was going to be a show where it's couples are in competition to lose weight. So
oh shit.
They were competing against other couples.
Like Biggest Loser couples.
Kind
That's
of,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't end up getting it, but they were so strict about, even at the auditions, that they transported them. They paid for like the plane and all that, everything, but they picked them up at the airport and took them straight to the airport. They weren't allowed to leave their hotel room. They couldn't have their phones. They couldn't have any communication at all with anybody during this. I'm like, good, that's intense, but they do not want anything to be like what's spilled. Like,
yeah. No beans spilled here.
Mm-hmm.
I got to the talking to producers stage of almost being on Jerry Springer once.
Oh shit! How did that go?
I thought it was gonna be good. I was just like a classic. I was gonna tell my buddy that I'm in love with him, and his girlfriend is gonna say like, I'm into that.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. And then they're like, can you get to Chicago tomorrow? We'll pay for your hotel room. And I was like, maybe. And then no, I couldn't get to Chicago the next day. So I was not on Jerry Springer.
Cortni had a really funny story on our that we clipped out for TikTok and stuff, where she was almost on Jerry Springer.
I saw that.
We're not going to get into that again.
No, you don't have to get into it again. It's just funny because there was a guy from Kokomo, a guy and a girl that went on Jerry Springer together. That it was like a big, because he wrote a song on there, and it was so funny. I love those types of stories. Brian and I created a page called Consumers Against Tipping, which was a troll page on Facebook where we pretended to be
that
like,
was you guys.
You didn't know that?
No.
That was us. Consumers Against Tipping. And it blew up. Within 2 weeks, we had almost it was close to 20,000 followers, likes on Facebook. It was our first foray into doing things outside the Kokomo Press. We're like, let's see if this works. And I came up with the idea. He was like, what could we do to rile people up? And I was like, everybody either loves or hates tipping. It's either one or the other. And I was like, what if we take...
I don't necessarily love it, but I mean, I do it.
Yeah, but I mean, like the culture of it.
Right,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Either people are good at tipping or they're bad, or they think it's vital and you should tip no matter what. It's just a really like hot button issue that nobody was really hitting. So like, let's create this page. So we created this page called Consumers Against Tipping, just thinking, we'll see what happens. And it blew up, and I was getting hate upon hate. Like my phone had like herpes. It was like just buzz.
You were just loving it.
I hated it. I hate it. It gives me anxiety. Even when we have like a joke on the page that's absolutely insane, I get anxiety from it the entire time.
You get anxiety being a troll?
I know. I get anxiety from the amount of response
constant
I get.
Notification.
It's constant.
Constant. I get.
And it's like you feel the need to like be a part of it. And it's like anytime we've done any of this, but this one we didn't know what it was going to be, and it blew up immediately. There was a big page called like the Bitchy Waiter that got mad and then shared it to their platform and basically platformed us, not realizing what they were doing. And then we were just getting nothing but hate. But then that brought in people that were like, what's going on over here? Oh, this is a troll. And they were in on the joke. So it was just people arguing in the comments all day. So many death threats. But it got to the point where like we got reached out by multiple different places. And one of the places was ABC Houston, and they still have the article that I did with them up on their page, if you go to their page. But they did an article where I literally took the side of like, this is real. Like it was a troll, but I was like, yeah, like we think tipping should stop. It's not good for the culture. Like it was like a true article. Like it was.
You know how tipping became a thing, right?
How?
You know the history of it?
No, tell me.
So back when like Prohibition happened, nobody was going out to eat anymore because they couldn't drink anywhere. So restaurant owners couldn't afford to pay their staff, but they still needed staff. So they started implementing tipping policies. And then, of course, Prohibition ends and bars are selling alcohol again, and the owners are just like,
we like this.
We still don't want to pay them.
Yeah.
Please tip our servers, please.
Yeah.
And it's just something that's stuck.
It's a very American, like tipping as like going out to eat.
It used to be tipping somebody was like bribing them.
Yeah.
Like you did it under the table.
Yeah.
You just leave your shit on the table.
Yeah. Like, hey, can you make sure I get extra towels for my hotel room? Thank you. Like that type of thing.
Yeah.
It's like sneaking drugs. But apparently we did this whole thing, and I did the article with ABC Houston, and then we got reached out by I can't remember the name of what they called it, but it's like Vice Media had their own food thing, and they wanted to do an article with us about
Vice.
And then which we didn't do that because I was more focused on this other thing, and this other thing was MTV. So MTV was doing a catfish like show for trolls, like people who got trolled meeting their trolls. And Brian and I did like a 60-minute interview with like a producer for the people that were show running in this. And we ended up not getting on there, but it bummed us out because we were like so excited, but they couldn't get the bitchy waiter guy to like agree to do it. And all they could find was like a person who was affected, and it wasn't as good of a story as if the bitchy waiter did it. And he had like his own book. I was like, we should have just fucking done it. It'd been hilarious. We could have admitted it was fake. It would have been fun. But it was okay because Facebook deleted our page like within 3 weeks. It was gone. 3-4 weeks. It was gone.
So dumb.
Bitches.
We were trending on Reddit. We were everywhere. Like it was blowing up. Brian and I thought we were about to be like famous.
It just
like,
shows you there's no such thing as bad publicity. Like
it was bad.
people are trying to like
mentally.
with the bad waitress, whatever you said, like the bitchy waitress.
Bitchy
yeah,
waitress.
and she was like trying to like smash you or whatever, which rightfully so because you're a troll. Obviously, that's what they do. But
yeah. We had really good arguments, but all of our memes were evil. Like our arguments were great because we had great arguments, like about like how they don't do tipping culture in Australia. Like it's included in the bill so that everybody gets paid no matter what. You don't get to just tip people. And like we had really good arguments, that we came up with, but like all of our memes are like like it was like a bunch of like Hooters waitresses, and it was like or there's a picture of like a cow, and it was like if you're gonna tip somebody, tip this cow, like something like that, or like if like
don't been cow tipping.
Yeah, that's literally what it was. It was like you want to go? Yeah, it was like you want to go cow tip, and it was like and it was like a picture of a cow, and then on the bottom it was like I think these cows are tipped enough, and it was like a bunch of Hooters waitresses. Something stupid. It was always mean. Like we were saying they were on drugs. Like we did an anatomy of a tip head, and it was like needle. Like it was horrible jokes, but like we couldn't help it. Like anatomy of a tip head.
we couldn't help it.
Yeah, we couldn't help it. We're just being little stinkers. Oh my god.
That's perfect.
We kept taking it way too far. Way too far, dude. Over and over and over again, to the point where
You got taken down.
our first strike on Facebook was literally me taking all the comment or all the messages where I want to kill you. One person's like, I want to cut off your head and send it to your family. Like crazy shit that I was like, why would you say this? But like I took all those like messages and cut them out and put like what are the critics saying about the consumers against tipping, and it was like, and we got hit because of what they wrote. I was like, these are the messages that are being sent to us. Like, what are you talking about?
I had a stupid post go viral during COVID, and I guess it was decidingly like because cops just killed somebody who may or may not have been committing a crime at the time or whatever, and also Indiana was implementing the mask deal or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was just like, remember, wear your mask, or a lot of you are going to be okay with the police shooting you. And I don't know, it blew up. And then, but my God, right-winger hate is so much fun to read through.
It really is.
Yeah, they're just talking about like how, and it's like the 90s, like they're gay bashing me while talking about raping me and stuff. It's like, I don't get it.
How do you do both?
Yeah. Is it wrong for me to be gay, or do you want me to be gay so you can enjoy it, or do I need to not be gay so you can enjoy it? Do you like the struggle?
God. This state in general, I don't know if you guys saw this too. Indiana's listed one of the 10 worst states to live and work in.
Oh, nice.
That doesn't
See how shocked I am?
Yeah. Here's my shocked face.
It's shocked. But then also a new Indiana law.
Yeah, we do have the best gun laws.
A new Indiana state law lets citizens shoot police officers. The state now allows people to use deadly force to keep public service from illegally entering their homes or cars. Police are not happy with the new law. I wonder why. I wonder why they're mad.
I lived in
That's real.
Newport Richey, Florida.
Yeah?
A few years ago.
So.
And there's Newport Richey, and then just north is Port Richey.
Yeah.
And the mayor of Port Richey, I don't know what the fuck he did, but he got a warrant. And the police showed up to serve his warrant and arrest him, and he had a shootout with the police in his fucking house. Yeah.
The mayor?
Yeah, the mayor was having a shootout with
What?
the police.
What I'm going to say, I probably should not say.
What? Oh, no.
I'm not even going to say.
No, now you have to say
Now
it.
you have to say it.
Okay, so.
Or tell me and I'll say it.
Playing telephone.
Just say it. Oh my God.
So who's the cop that got killed because that guy from the trailer park?
Yeah. Koontz.
Yes.
Yeah.
So does that guy get released because
Oh, that's not controversial. That's a real question.
That says illegally.
Illegally entering.
They had a warrant.
Did they have a warrant?
I don't know if they should have been entering this house even with their warrant the way they did, and that's another conversation for another day. Like, I always feel like you don't protect your officers when you do stuff like that. Like, wasn't it like 1 or 2 in the morning? Wasn't it like late? I don't know. I just
don't
remember
the details. I just remember.
Yeah, it's been too long for me to really say too much, and I got in trouble when I asked questions the last time because I didn't hear about it.
Except that it was bad.
Yeah, and I understand. Like, one of the best arguments I heard was like, he's the first officer killed in the line of duty in Kokomo in like 50 or 60 years, and I was like, okay, that makes sense then. Like, why people? Because I was like, what?
We just have to.
It felt like hero worship afterwards. It felt like less like.
It was very blown up.
Yeah, and I'm like, I completely understand he had a wife and kid or a girl and kids, and like, and it's sad. It's always sad, but like, you know, people die every day. You know what I mean? Like, everybody dies. You know.
They did give him the poop bridge though.
That is the weirdest bridge to give somebody.
It's right by the sheriff's
They're
station.
working on it though.
They are.
And they're taking their sweet fucking time working on it.
It's so annoying.
It's the most annoying strip to have closed, and I didn't realize it until they closed it. I'm like, I use that all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to go through Highland Park or like go all the way around the roundabout, then go all just to get to Dixon, or you have to go all the way down to like Sycamore. It's like, do you guys realize how like vital that is for like my argument when they posted it, because I made a joke meme about it because I was so annoyed. I'm like, why would you fucking close that? Like, I'm like, there's a hospital. There's a main drive to that's the main way you get to the hospital from my house.
People from this side going to the hospital have to go all the way fucking down or all the way this way.
If I wanted to go to St. Joe, I couldn't get there unless I went all the way around the inside of Kokomo. It makes no sense. Markland to Berkeley. Like, that's shut down.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
I hate Markland in general.
Everybody does. It's the worst.
I avoid it like the plague.
Yeah.
I will go 5 minutes out of my way if I have to.
I can't avoid it. I live right on it now.
Oh, no.
And I hate it.
My fiance thinks I'm crazy because that's how I drive side roads. I don't ever take main roads because I don't like them at all. I hate all of them. I find the most efficient way, the quickest way I can go and avoid lights and main roads. And she thinks I'm weird because I'm always taking these side routes. And she's like, what are you doing?
I've got a busted air conditioner in my car.
Oh,
so,
no.
like, I won't fuck with 31 anymore. Like, I just straight, if I gotta go to Indy, like this morning I went to Westfield, I just took country roads all the way down because if I come to like a standstill, it sucks.
I love country road driving, though, just for funsies.
It's so much nicer.
I started doing it because my car was illegal. That's how I, like, know all these roads now.
Yeah.
And then I got my car legal. It's like, cool, I can start driving 31 again. And then it got
Air
fucking
conditioning
hot.
banks. I got a couple of things about animals besides the weird dog. Did you guys hear about poor Hugh? Hugh of the Manatee.
Yeah, with his brother and died.
Yeah, his brother.
Fucked his brother to death.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that there are so many babies dying in zoos right now?
Like baby animals?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Because when you say
There was a giraffe.
I feel like
Yeah, I
they
did see
almost
that.
always die. I feel like
There was a giraffe that just recently died. There was also a giraffe that was just recently born without spots.
that was pretty insane.
Did it
Super
live?
hard to go to the
it's
zoo
still
without
alive.
guilt these
Ooh, I
days.
wanna
First
see it.
baby without.
Oh, yeah.
First baby giraffe without spots ever.
Yeah.
Well, it's like their version of being albino.
But wouldn't that mean like
But yeah, it's like red,
evolution?
though.
Like,
It's
they're
a
getting rid of the
ginger
spots because
giraffe
they
with
don't
no
really need
spots.
them.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
so funny you said that because that was my thought. Like, is that they're evolving? They
Yeah.
don't need those spots.
Like they don't need the spots because they're
Whales
in
and sharks are
captivity.
evolving. And they're doing it right before our very eyes.
Do you guys think Hugh said, hey, at least touch my FUPA? Or
I don't understand. How did he die? Because of the
rough
Rough
sex?
sex.
They have
his brother.
massive penises.
His brother went
Yeah,
through.
did he get impaled?
Was it a boy?
Yeah, it's
in
two
his-
boys.
in
It was
his
gay sex.
butt?
It was
Yeah.
Where did
definitely
they
high.
put it?
It says Manatee dies after high intensity sex with brother.
And which one died? The penetrator or the penetratee? Penetratee?
Poor Hugh, the man.
I'm assuming the one on the bottom because it has an X on his eye.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to give away his personality
Top so
or
hard.
his identity.
I would be embarrassed too.
Poor
I
Hugh.
love that it was TMZ that
If I get fucked to death, though, like, I want the biggest party ever. You know what I mean? Like,
Even if it's from your
did
brother,
it.
though.
that's how I
He is
wanna
the chief
go.
among us.
That's how I told Matt if I ever die during sex to just continue.
Did you guys see the weird
Keep
Chinese
going.
bear?
that motherfucker is not real.
That's not a real bear, right? That bear is not real. It looks like a human being. It's so weird in a bear costume. Did you see this?
No.
So internet users questioned whether the zoo's bears were real after photos circulated showing one standing upright on slender hind legs, and he was waving like this. Like
I did see that.
Yeah, that's the video.
I watch a lot of animal.
I've seen lots of bears do that. There's like a town in Michigan. They have like a pet bear on display, and you can go.
I got one more zoo story. This is funny. It says, "Zookeepers of Reddit, what's the low-down, dirty inside scoop on zoos? We closed the baboon exhibit because the baboon had a stillbirth, and the troop was quote unquote grieving. In reality, they're just throwing parts of the infant course around. And there was nothing we could do about it." And then somebody says, "Brings a whole new meaning to the term baby shower."
Oh my gosh, man, nature animals, they're ruthless when it comes to their young. So many times they'll end up killing them if they're not already dead. Like they eat them or just something just crazy. Like gerbils will almost always eat the babies.
Brothers fuck each other to death.
Yeah, man,
They
humans.
fucked him
I
to
feel like
death.
that's how humans would be if we hadn't we don't have thought processes.
Yeah.
There's some
no
people
morality.
that still do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Did you guys hear about this? This was insane. Russia threatens criminal charges against married NASA astronaut 45 over baseless claims she drilled a hole in their spacecraft while it was docked to the ISS because she'd broken up with crew member and wanted to go home. So there's a lot of information on this. This is the woman. She was married to another woman, and apparently the first cruise mission. This is one thing I was looking at. I was like, the first cruise mission to Mars. So apparently what had happened was this lady. This NASA person, she got up there. Her and her ex got in a huge fight, and then her current woman was talking about leaving her, and she was like, "I need to go back." And they're like, "You can't. Like, we can't just send you home. You're on the International Space Station. Like, you can't just leave." And this is all alleged, but apparently at some point she was like, "I need to go," and they're like, "The soonest we can get you out of there is 9 months." And apparently she started doing everything possible to make it as uncomfortable for the crew. They were like trying to incentivize her. They're like, "Listen, we're going to have you be the first woman who ever fixes something on the space station by herself without a man." And she's like, "Okay, I don't want to. I just want to go home." And they're like, "No, you're going to be a hero to women." And so they finally do it, and she gets out there to fix this. She's just tightening the bolt or whatever, and she's got dudes in her ear anyway telling her what to do. And she's tightening this bolt, and she drops the tools in the space. So she's just out there trying to fix this bolt. They were doing this to like give her, accolades. Like, you're gonna give speeches for the rest of your life. And she drops the tools. So they go back inside, and she gets a second set of tools. She drops a second set of tools in space. And they're like,
to be fair, they're the gloves.
Of course, but they also told her like they can't tell at this point if it's intentional or if it's she just wanted to go home. Apparently, they're very meticulous about their cleaning schedule in the ISS because the thing about space is if a smell happens, it's there forever. Like, if somebody farts in there, like, they have a room they fart in. Like, it's that serious. Like, they clean everything, and apparently at one point she took a gnarly shit on purpose and made it stink, and it smells like shit on the space station now.
I thought you were going to say there was shit floating everywhere.
Well, there's no air circulation.
Yeah, exactly. They can't. If it's there, it's there.
Circulating the same air.
Like, what if you get the runs in space?
Yeah.
Well, you poop in your suit, don't you?
You can. Like, that suit, if you're in that suit, but they're not always in the suit. You know what I mean? Inside the space station, they're always in the suit. Well, yeah, obviously. Yeah, but you can poop in your suit. But, like, it's just, and then at one point what happened was they're saying it's a basic claim, but what they truly believe is that this woman went into the lavatory, drilled a hole in the space station to create an issue so that they would have to send them home, then covered up with like fabrics to like make it look secret, and they found it out, and then they couldn't. They're 100% positive. So the Russians are pissed because they're like, she's sabotaged the space station to go home because of a relationship dispute.
The first article, it said that she was facing criminal charges.
Yeah. They did the. So this one's on her side because a lot of people were like, no, there's no way. But then a lot of us came out since then about this woman where she legitimately seems to have been trying to sabotage a lot in order to go home because
making
of
women
her
look bad.
Well, that was the joke here is like the first crewed mission to Mars should be all fair. Like, here's why. It's not about fairness. It's about using every possible advantage. And it's like, I don't know, man. We had men going up there for a long time and then weird shit like this happening.
It just shows that women are very creative. They will do what they need to do when their mind is set.
She's just very determined. That's what it was.
She drilled down and got.
She thinks outside the box.
Literally.
Yeah.
No, that's all she could think about was the box back home. She's like, I gotta get back to my box.
I get it.
It's a really rough situation because she's a gay woman in space, and they were trying to like give her these accolades and make her, bigger up, and then there ends up being this huge issue, and it's like, God, you're setting women back, man.
Space Station for the nookie.
I wonder if men can get erections in space, because I was reading that because there's no gravity.
I'm willing to try this out.
That the blood in your body,
NASA.
because you're floating up, the blood is also wanting to just naturally go to the top of the head, so it just constantly feels like you're hanging upside down.
Well, but you could just do this.
Yeah.
If they're just laying on their backs.
Just imagine them all jerking upside down, like, oh, not my face, like, because the whole time they're like,
it'll just go into.
Oh my God! Imagine taking a space load.
Oh God.
What if you just like came in space and it's just always around you? How much semen is in that fucking space?
Well, that's the whole point of like this. How weird her, because she stopped taking showers.
Take us with them.
She stopped taking showers. She stopped cleaning herself. She stopped doing all this stuff as in like protest. And they're like, bro, like you're fucking this up for generations. Like there's no way to fix these smells. Like they're in here forever. Like even the food they eat is very specific because they don't want like pungent things in there because they don't want these smells to linger. And this lady's like, nah, we about to. And apparently there's a huge thing about how like the International Space Station now smells like ass and sewage now.
Oh yeah, I would imagine.
So the space station stays up there.
Yeah.
So there's no.
Yeah.
No cleaning.
This is forever.
This is forever.
Yeah, they're just there for
I was thinking they were like in a ship that they came back in, and it
until
like
something takes it out.
No,
there was something that I read. It was something like in the hundreds. It was the first thing that happened was this is a bunch of, she's forced to try to get them to home, or lots of little things trying to make life hard, to force to go home early. She decided space was too much within a week, and that her biggest qualm was like the toilet's not comfortable for a woman, and NASA was like, we didn't build it so it was comfortable for men either. We built it so that it was efficient and it could fit end up there. And she's like, it's not comfortable for women. So they're now designing a toilet that's costing hundreds of millions of dollars that they can send up to the space station so that this lady can take a comfortable shit.
Imagine being the first one to shit in it though. It's
gonna be like, wow, this is the Cadillac. What if imagine you sit
still
down,
get like crappy one ply because it's the government.
So
she's doing absolutely nothing up there. Is that what she said?
When NASA said this is not just in the logistics, she flipped. She then refused to bathe, use the bathroom properly, jamming it, let shit and piss spray all over the place, and refused to pick up or follow cleanliness protocols, damaging equipment and causing smells. This is where it's fucked up. Ever since the creation of ISS, has been the cleanest, freshest, smellest environment ever possible, and strictly maintained as such for one important reason. If you're going to be in a closed place floating through space for 100 years, you cannot replace your atmosphere with a fresh one. Every smell is forever. So that's like the big deal about it, was like everything. And obviously this is a weird post on like 4chan, but apparently this is like an insider, and you get a lot of this on 4chan, so it's like hard to, and they seem to know a lot of information about it. But
I, on a principle, have to believe everything on the internet is fake.
Everything on the internet's fake.
Yeah. If I learn otherwise, that's cool or whatever, but I go into everything like that's not fucking
that's
real.
not real. That's not.
How are those people in that building?
Manatees aren't fucking their brothers. It's bullshit.
What'd you say, Courtney? Oh my God. You guys ever? What would you guys do for clout? Is there a oh, this is the wrong one. What would you guys do for clout? Did you guys hear about this girl?
What?
Instagram supermodel dies after hitting a lamppost while hanging out of car window without top on. So she was like doing it for like OnlyFans and ended up.
Is this recent? Because I feel like I've seen something like this, but years ago too.
It might be years ago. I find these things on the internet, and I'm like, I'm gonna share this for the podcast because it seems insane. But like, just the imagining, like what?
I'd be the cameraman.
I'm too much of
I feel like I saw the video.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, it feels very reminiscent. Like, my poor traumatized brain blacked it out.
Like, this is too much for me.
10 years ago, I would have died for clout.
Yeah, anything.
Nothing I wouldn't have done.
I'm not going to do anything dangerous.
No,
I'm not going to risk my life for stupid stuff.
I was doing it for free, though. That's why I was like,
we all have
I can
kids.
make money off of it.
We all have kids. Now, imagine, this is something I found, and I was like, this...
Oh no, I can't.
Yeah, you're losing your mind, right? It's so hard to see.
No.
So this goes on for approximately a minute.
I can't watch it.
How does nobody notice?
See, anything with children, I can't.
All the reactions of the really... Look at Chuck just staring. He's like, I don't care.
He's like, how long before he realizes it's just a backpack?
I know, it's horrible, right?
Are they okay?
Yeah. Their parents sued and got millions of dollars. I think $4 million. But it's still going. All it took was one car, right? All it took was one car on the side to like clip, and it's over, right? Oh my god! They just realized it. Oh no! Look, there's a kid hanging out.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
You can't play that stuff.
No, I can't. Poor baby.
I'm crying.
I know, it's horrible. You're crying right now?
Oh my god.
I got Courtney to cry on the podcast. Is it scary as hell? Right? I watched it and I was
I'm
like,
so scared of
no
things
way.
happening to my kids.
The whole time I was like, no way, this isn't real. And I was telling Shelby about it. She's like, what are you talking about? What are you doing? I was like, no fucking way. I was saying it out loud and I couldn't help myself because I'm like,
No.
it's insane, right?
Mm-hmm.
We all have kids, so like imagine.
That's why I can't watch it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't watch anything with kids getting hurt.
Well, luckily, like I said, the kid ended up being just some scratches and some bruises and
Traumatized.
no hands or legs. But you know, I'm just kidding.
They call them nubs now.
Yeah, this is actually a video of her right here. I don't know if you guys have seen this. This is actually a video of her right here. I don't know if you guys see the comment section. Somebody posted it in the comment section. A Geodude in the comment section.
Dang. I wonder if he was born like that.
I wonder too. You wonder when you see things like that. You're like, I need some
need to know the
backstory.
story,
Yeah, give me
yeah.
some backstory.
I need to know if he has a dick.
Yeah, I need to too.
That's
That's all we care about.
It's probably still bigger than mine. Yeah.
I would imagine probably not, but
Yeah.
it could be one
imagine-
of those ones that's just.
Or like a long spine.
There
anything.
is a guy on Facebook that doesn't have legs like this,
Yeah.
and like he explained that he did have a dick.
He did.
Yeah.
He does have a dick.
A
Is it
functional
really
one?
small?
Yes.
Every little bounce.
It's like just his hip bones are gone, but like the way he walks is like constantly like asshole to the floor.
Yeah.
Gotta be like
Just dragging
it has
dick
to
all day.
hurt.
I would imagine, or maybe he like gets calloused.
Just dragging dick all day. Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Did you guys hear about this? This was pretty interesting. They've got new research has found that crocodiles are attracted to the shrieking cries of terrified infants in ways unbeknown to other wildlife, according to the Royal
Well, I mean
Society.
that makes sense. It sounds like prey.
Like an injured animal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like prey. Like what is it? Like the bunny call. Like when you're trying to hunt something.
Deer, like the
Like
Can
you
be deer.
scream into this thing and it sounds like a bunny dying.
Yeah.
But you're hunting something that eats bunnies. I just can't remember what animal it is.
Maybe like a coyote, like a wolf,
bear.
a bear.
Maybe. I watched it
I
on
have
that.
Man,
like a
deadliest
real-
deadliest catches men. You're dating them. You're trying to kill a man.
Maybe.
yeah.
Sorry.
That scares me because there was that kid that got eaten by the alligator while they were watching a movie at Disney.
Yeah.
And I'm about to go to Disney.
Yeah.
Well, there's
Don't scream like a baby,
the
you'll
lesson
have
there, and this is it doesn't matter where you're at in the state of Florida.
Yeah.
If it's fresh water, there's a gator in it.
Yeah.
God damn, I'm so scared.
Yeah.
I feel like people get eat up by alligators. I feel like I see that on
Like,
news
eat me.
relatively
Really,
often.
Like, I'm not
really
scared of anything
as
happening
often
to
as
me.
you think.
Yeah.
'cause I think it's the same with shark attacks. Like,
Yeah.
they're brutal, like, and they fucking suck when they happen. But you think about there's at least, I'm just going to spitball. There's no statistical fact here, but there's 1 million people in the water in Florida right now.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah.
right now.
Just dead.
Maybe one of
Dead.
They're all dead.
They're just
all dead.
around.
There's 1 million just dead in the water.
Maybe one of them gets bit. Maybe.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you're more likely you're more likely to get killed by a vending machine than a shark.
There's
that's a
like
fact.
video footage all the time where you
That's
see
my
like
favorite fact to tell people.
Me especially.
sharks are swimming right here and people are on the beach right here
Yeah.
and they just don't even know.
They don't even know it's
just
there.
how it is.
Yeah, but if Hugh was there, he would get rammed by his
Yeah,
brother.
no,
We'd have been
yeah.
out there in the water. Have you guys ever seen a manatee like in the wild? I've seen a
have.
manatee in the wild one time.
There's
Not in the wild.
Wekiwachi Springs in Florida. It's like beautiful
yeah.
spring-fed river and it's like crystal clear. I mean,
yeah.
15 feet deep. You can see the rocks on the bottom. Like
Yeah.
Oh, that
it's
sounds
insane and it's
beautiful.
72 degrees all year long. The water, that is, the temperature.
Yeah.
So it's like always cold. It's always fresh. You can like literally just put your cup in there and drink it. It's like there's no boats or anything on it. But yeah, there's a lot of manatee traffic in there. And I actually had one like up underneath my kayak, like swimming me
Hell yeah.
down the river for a little bit.
That's
They're-
cool.
And you're not allowed to, or at the time you weren't allowed to touch them because they were endangered. But
Yeah.
they keep fucking and
Yeah.
They're endangering.
When they're not fucking their brothers to death, they're out there actually repopulating their species.
They're actually dirty incest kitty kids.
Exactly.
That's gonna be like the what do they call it? Not a slogo. I always say slogo, logo, and slogan.
Yeah.
I get those mixed up, but
Slogo.
Yeah, your slogan.
That's how you got your kid's name, Logan.
Yeah. I just said it wrong, and I was like, well, I guess that
works. Whatever. I just appreciate that even in old school art, they still, a bear.
Why is this entire podcast about fucking animals?
Oh, I didn't realize it was
it was like a bear to me.
That's my vibe.
That's my vibe.
A friend of mine.
Did you bring this?
I had nothing to do with this.
I don't even know. Some of this stuff has literally
that bear's gonna bite his dick off.
I've literally seen this. I've had a lot of this stuff in here for like weeks. Like this is July 19th.
Are we just assuming that he's biting the dick, or is this like
he looks like he's going wee?
Like his hands are back, like he's enjoying it.
He's sweet. That is the laying down, getting my dick sucked.
I got this one too. If that helps.
That is the hottest tree I've ever seen in my life.
That tree needs to chill the fuck out.
Right?
It's about to
it reminds me of that dick tree that we saw the other day.
Yeah, exactly. I heard that tree wanted some wood. And I'm like, I keep finding the weirdest shit. I'm like, I got to hit some of this stuff because we've had it for weeks and haven't done anything. I saw this as well. Did you guys? They made it into like a political thing, of course, but it was like borders are just imaginary lines that don't exist in nature. And this is the GPS tracking of 6 wolf pack shows that they avoid and respect each other's territory. Which is pretty crazy, right? Mm-hmm. Except for this one white one at the bottom. He was like, fuck your fucking red territory. Yellow one. Is that the yellow one? Oh, yeah, you're right. Well,
yeah, it is kind of hard to tell with the red.
Yeah, the red and yellow, dude. I was joking about it before, like, you can see the state, like, lines, and I was like, the white ones are really getting far out. It's like,
yeah, the white one. Look, the one way off to the right after the purple. Is that the white ones are way over
He flanked him.
Yeah.
He got lost.
He's like, this one guy was like, hey, what's going on? Oh, man. I think it's the whole pack, though. It's the whole pack went together.
Do you watch Yellowstone?
I watched the 1883 one. I watched part of it. I think it's really cool.
But they have like a story arc in Yellowstone where there's some tracked wolves.
Yeah.
And they get shot, and they're like trying to hide it. Like, these fucking wolves have Facebook pages. People are going to be looking for them.
Yellowstone is like, that's modern day, right?
Yeah, so that's like today, and then there's the 1883, 1923.
I want to watch it. I've heard nothing but good things about Yellowstone, but I
swear to God, like I want to be a cowboy now.
Is it Paramount or Peacock or what is it?
I think Paramount. Yellowstone's on Peacock, and then the other ones are on Paramount.
See, I got Paramount, and I was like, cool, I can watch Yellowstone, and now it's on Peacock.
Yeah, it's fucked up. The way they got those licenses is weird.
Yeah. I was like, aren't these the same? This is a spinoff of this. How are they on different platforms?
Yeah, I was thinking it was on HBO, but...
Yeah, I know. HBO has... it was like good for like 45 seconds, and then HBO now sucks. I'm like... They did drop The Flash, though. Did you watch it? Have you seen it?
I started watching it the other day, and then life got busy.
Wasn't compelling?
No, I mean, I loved it. I saw it in theaters, but...
Yeah, I did too. I watched the opening again. Have you guys seen it yet? You guys don't watch movies, do you? You guys ever heard of a movie?
I live under a rock.
I don't do anything but work and take care of my kids.
I literally have a photo of you. This is literally you living. That's you.
That's a sweet photo of you.
That's you.
And I'm in nature.
I love that though. It does look like nature swallowed up a human. I was watching some weird movie that I'd never heard of called Annihilation. It's on Netflix. It has Natalie Portman, and it has Pedro Pascal. Is it? Yeah, Pedro Pascal. No. Oscar Isaac. I always get those two mixed up. To me, they're like the same guy.
Well, they're bros.
They are. But Oscar Isaac has a lot of good actors and actresses in it. But like, it was about how like this weird phenomena happens, and it's like another being creature thing, and the trees, and so these people go in this weird anomaly thing, and then the anomaly takes their DNA and like basically like. It's like an evolution. It evolves you quicker. You're evolving quicker than you realize you are, and everything around you. And so at one point, people are like, it's like the trees are evolving using their DNA into human form. It's like weird shit.
I like to think that like I'm higher up on the evolutionary food chain because I barely have nipples.
Yeah. They're like the tiny.
Why do men need nipples?
Am I the opposite?
I am very much the opposite.
Like
as well.
sauces.
Yeah. Maybe the thing is you're like just a manliest man possible. You got like no estrogen in the world.
So manly, I don't have nipples.
I don't even have nipples.
Fuck nipples.
We had a guy in high school like that.
We had a conversation about nipples last night.
Did you?
About why men have nipples.
Well, we know that. So the women have something to suck while they're like banging you, right?
Right.
While they're pegging you, right?
Yeah. Tweak them.
That's why mine
That's what
exists.
kids are doing these days, sucking nipples.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I was joking with Shelby. I was like, pepperoni nipples. She was like, pepperoni nipples? That's not good. I was like, no, bologna nipples are the ones that people are the negative connotation. Pepperoni nipples are fine, right?
But I love bologna. So.
Yeah,
Why are we
nobody
looking at titties
cares,
and thinking
right?
bad things?
I just like nipples.
You just
I
think
do too.
nipples?
They're fun.
I'm always trying to add my mayo to a little bologna. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
No, I'm just kidding.
I do like.
I told her she looks like she had a sausage on a pepperoni. You know what I mean? She has like little. So I told her, like, it looks like a sausage like on a pepperoni.
You called her nipples are sausage and pepperoni.
Like the areola is like a pepperoni.
Who doesn't love a good pizza?
I do like meat.
I was just hungry. I think the problem was I was just hungry.
Right.
I
I think that's what
I
it
was
is.
like, you want to get Domino's later?
Just want some pizza, babe.
She's like, yeah, you can dom this hoe. I was like, no, I'm just kidding. Hey, no, didn't get it.
Get out.
You got to get out in this talking about nipples and not telling us about it. Tell us more about the nipples you guys were talking about.
I already told you everything.
Did you guys hear about this guy? I think this is pretty cool. Jerry Turner, 71, of Hudson, Indiana, is ready to show that it's never too late to find love on the Bachelor franchise.
How the hell's he 71?
I mean, he looks like the same. I don't know why. Normally, you choose a background a different color than a person's facial structure. Like he's the exact orange or brown color as the background.
People that tan they look like leather bags to me.
Exactly.
I need to get me an old man like that who can pay for me to travel.
Hey, girl.
around
Fuck
everywhere.
me too.
He's like, hey, girl. I know, right? Hugh, I'll be the Hugh in this situation.
Yeah. Come on, brother. Fuck me to death.
Oh, my.
Get over that.
Get over here, bro. Did you guys hear there's a plan to build a bussy? Bussy? Is that what it's
Yeah.
called?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I've heard people call it. I hope that. I really.
I
hope
went to
that's what
one
it's called.
before.
Yeah.
I don't know, somewhere south. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know it was like.
Big thing.
I didn't know it was like a life-changing experience that was about to happen. It's
Yeah.
like this isn't like
what I
other
was like.
gas stations.
It's just a very large gas station.
No,
I don't
really,
think
I
that I
just-
would travel to go
I
go
got the
to
same
it.
beverage I get at Speedway.
It's
and
a
I took
pick me
shit.
gas.
Yes.
It's a pick me gas station. I'm not like other gas stations.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like no, but I saw this and I was pretty shocked by this. Did you see how their
Yeah,
pay
they had that out
scale?
when I went.
Their pay scale is insane. So they actually paid their people well. So I appreciate that about them.
I'm kind of interested now.
I know,
Did y'all
right?
see that the other day, or they've got it posted outside of Panda Express how much they pay their people?
Is it
It's
crazy?
nuts. Yeah. Like the lowest person there, so just like the front operations, whatever, between 16 and 17 an hour.
Hell yeah.
But they work 4 hours a week.
Yeah, that's the problem. But I mean, if you're going to have multiple jobs, like let's say you're going to school or something, that's not, I mean, Pan
That's
Express
pretty
is
good,
better
yeah.
than most places.
My first job was $6.25 an hour.
Yeah. It's definitely Bookies, right? Is it Bookies or
Buc-ee's.
is it Bucky's? It should
Because
be
he's a
Bussy.
buck-toothed beaver.
I love Bussies. I think it should be Bussy.
Bussy.
How do you not know how to say Buc-ee's?
Bucky's.
We've had
I've never
a-
been there.
We had an entire conversation
have 'em
about
here.
it.
For some reason in my head, I thought it was Bussies. I
What
don't know
people
why.
need to be
What's in
talking
your head
about
something?
and what should be spreading like AIDS is
Yeah?
Wawa gas stations are the best.
Yeah, I've
They are
heard
the
good
best
things
gas
about
stations.
Wawas. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take
I
that.
ate a gas station panini once at a Wawa. It's one of the best
Yeah?
fucking things I ever put in my mouth. I think about it all the time.
I bought a panini. They have these spicy chicken paninis that go in the microwave, and I was like, "This looks good, but it's not gonna be." And I bought it. It's actually decent. It's Meyer. They don't have it at Target. This is what they have at Target.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Call
I
around.
saw this lady,
Blackface.
but that
Oh, it
she's-
absolutely is.
she's like actually like that
Looks like a
wasn't
mask.
like people like
Is it
look for
blackface
racist
if we
gotcha
do, like,
moments
this
or whatever.
chocolate
Like
mask?
Yeah.
this is proof that we're in a
guess
racist
so.
country. Like that lady was just fucking insane.
She was absolutely. If you watch the
She
video,
was having a mental breakdown.
she was absolutely losing her shit. Like she was having
Well, to
the
look
worst
like
day.
that, I would imagine.
She's out in public. Well, she's like saying rude shit. She's just being insane. I could just
She was
tell.
having a full-blown
She's
mental
had
breakdown.
enough. That's-
You guys hear that we're going to be dealing with COVID 2.0?
I don't
Hear
give
about
a
this? It's coming.
fuck. I
It's
got
coming.
my vaccine. They can suck my dick.
How many boosters though?
I didn't get a single goddamn booster.
Neither did I. I got the vaccine and no booster, so I was like, I did it.
I got it because I don't give
Yeah,
a
me
shit.
too. That's
Like,
how I felt.
It's like I did it. I'm done. That's enough.
I didn't
I
graduate
complied.
high school specifically because I suck at fucking science. So I'm not going to be out here and be like, well, actually, I did some research on Facebook. And
Actually-
they're going to kill you. They are going to kill
Yeah, I don't know if you've looked in. I've read enough of these reports.
you. And you know what? If it was going to kill me, I don't give a fuck about
Yeah, at
that
this
either.
point.
Like, sure.
I never got it. I mean, I got COVID
Yeah,
3 times.
yeah.
And I was like,
Overachiever.
I think, yeah. I was like, I'm not going to get the injection if I've already had COVID. I have the natural immunities, so I'm cool.
Yeah, that was the weirdest thing is they were telling people to still get it even if you've had the natural immunity, which makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing?
I was going on a cruise, and at the time you had to get it.
Yeah, I was lucky I didn't work anywhere that required for me to have it.
I worked at home.
Yeah, they didn't require us, but they told me at work that we wouldn't have to wear masks if we got it. So I went and got it, and then they reinstituted the mask even if you got it. And I was like, you motherfucker.
Yeah,
Uno reverse
so
car
mad.
like a motherfucker. I was like, that's bullshit. It's like I literally went and did this because you said I wouldn't have to wear this fucking
That's what
thing.
you get for trusting them.
Exactly. Corporations. Did you guys hear about Britney Spears?
I'm
That
always
he's
hearing about
looking
Britney
for
Spears.
spousal support. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, shocker there.
Yeah.
Weren't they only married for like 5 months?
It's long enough to be real.
I wish she would just do OnlyFans already, and
She
stop
might as
playing with
well.
My fucking heart.
I mean, she just basically shows
She
like
just
half
bought
her
a
titty
stripper
on.
pole.
I know.
So Britney's
Videos,
getting
It
divorced.
just reminds me of me when I was little, and the first time I ever had one of those like old camcorders.
Yeah.
You know, and I could just watch myself look really ridiculous. But
And
they
get
got
ready
real cool.
in the camera.
Yeah.
I think she's like Michael Jackson in the sense that, like he was fucked up in the head because he never had
Childhood.
a normal
Yeah.
childhood.
That's exactly what it is.
She's
Reminds
stuck
me
as
of
a
me.
teenager.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
Me in middle school, early high school.
Christina's out here living her best life, dude.
Who's oh.
That's Christina Aguilera's driving an electric wheelchair at Disneyland. So you ain't gonna
For
see her. She's at
Because
land.
she's tired and
Yeah.
lazy.
Well, I would be tired of
So
lugging
because you
those.
get to the front of the rides if you have it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I would be tired of lugging those baloney nipples around all day. Look at her.
My sister's got cerebral palsy, but like, you know, it's not like
Yeah.
she still does shit.
Yeah.
So like when we go to like Busch Gardens or something like that, or Disney World, we put her ass in a wheelchair. But like she's handicapped, and if they want to question it, you just make her walk. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, they're like, it'd be funny. They're like, walk for a minute, like a field sobriety test for
She got
handicap.
into
Yeah.
a car accident once.
Oh, God.
And she's, you know, the cops show up and she's sitting on the side of the road and they ask her if there's anything wrong with her. She's like, no, I'm fine. And then her friend comes to pick her up and she starts walking to her friend and she's got a gimp. And the cop's like, no, you told me you were all right. And she's like, oh, you're going to think this is hilarious, but that's not the car accident. This one was all God.
Yeah. God did this to me.
All part of his plan.
That's horrible. That's horrible. But, you know, the thing about that is, doctor said my sugar's high. I said, no, sir. She's been clean and sober 3 months this week by the grace of God.
I love that so much. I love those memes.
They're
like
perfect.
The videos
Baby.
and stuff. That one's hilarious.
I love it. And the sugar high one, I saw that. I was like, this is
It's just like Squidbillies, but memes.
Yes, yeah.
Oh man, dude. I mean, I'm like looking through. I got so much weird news stories. Barack Obama told X, "I make love to men daily, but in my imagination, letter shows."
So
That's
do I.
pretty cool.
What's so weird about that?
Yeah, I'm like, if he wants to do that, who gives a shit?
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah. Well, I think the weird part was that he was anti-gay marriage until like the second half of his. It was like, bro, you've been banging dudes in your head for years. What are you talking about? He's like a gay
If he made it real,
Willy Wonka. He's like
if he
only
made
in
it
my
real, then
imagination.
he would want to do it.
It's not gay if it's in your own head.
If you want to bang other guys, simply look around and do it. That's what I would have told him. I'm like, just do your thing. Anything you want,
It's
you
not
can do
gay
it.
if you don't kiss on the mouth.
Yeah, exactly. It's not
That's
gay
right.
as long as you're not. If you don't date them,
Nor
you
is
don't
it
have to date
cheating.
them. Yeah, I've said that for years. I'm like, listen, you could do everything you wanted to with another person, a person of the same sex, as long as you're not like, as long as you don't have a relationship, you're good. It's not gay. Right? Then we talk about that.
Yeah.
It's true, right?
How it's just a fetish until
Yeah.
you start dating them.
No, but bisexuality is a fetish. That's what I really believe. That's a fetish. I think they just fetishize having sex with themselves. I think it's a narcissism. I think a lot of bi people are just narcissists.
That's
They want to
a hot
bang
take.
themselves.
Maybe.
So I was just watching a video a little bit ago, actually, where it's a brother and sister talking, and she's like, "Oh, she's so fine." He said, "You just say that about every woman that looks like you." She said, "What? Really?" And he said, "Yeah, every woman you find attractive looks just like you, and sometimes I wonder if you're a lesbian or if you're just a narcissist." Well,
Called him. He was treating her. He's like treated. No, I always joke about, like, I know a ton of women. It's like the easy, like, I think when you look at LGBTQAI plus that whhole thing, B is the biggest portion by far, which makes sense because that means you would like more than one. But then not only that, it's like most of the Bs are women. So if you look at it, it's just a bunch of women with zero stakes saying, yeah, I'll date a woman, but they never do. Like a decent, if you went through and did a poll of like women who say they're bi, they're like, I've kissed a girl or I've had sex with a girl. I'm like, okay, but have you ever dated a girl? Like, have you ever like 6 months? Like how what's your longest relationship with your dude? What's your shortest relationship? Can you find a middle ground with a woman there? No. Most of them are like, I'll never even date a woman like that.
Yeah,
Usually I just get drunk and have sex.
Yeah. I'm like, it's a fetish at that point to me. It's like more of like a fetishization of it. She don't like it. She thinks I'm
Or you
mean
can
about
do
it.
like, so a lot of women, or not just women, but men too, they're willing to have sex or anything sexual, physical, but relationship wise, they only want to be with the opposite sex.
Of course, yeah.
With men, I think they
What's
say
that
that's
Law and
being on
Order
the down
clip?
low.
I have relationships with women, but I have sex with men. I ain't gay.
Being on the down low.
That's what being gay is.
Yeah, that's what the brothers call it on the down low. You ever heard of Come Town? It's like a podcast.
No, but
it's
I
called
love
Come
it.
Town. Yeah, it's 3 dudes. They broke up. They broke the band up, but it was like they were making $75,000 a week on Patreon or a month on Patreon between the three. Like not each, but between the 3 of them on Patreon because they just it's a crazy. But they did like a whole joke where he's like, what about like if we did a joke about like a guy who didn't realize he was gay, but like was talking about it and didn't realize that he's like it was like an Italian guy getting depression, but he doesn't want to say it's depression because like he doesn't want to admit that he could be sad. He's like, I don't know, it's just like I don't know, it's like I'm self-pissed. I don't get it. I'm just upset. I'm just like self-pissed. It's like, you think maybe you're depressed? Whoa, hold up. I don't know. Maybe I'm depressed. I don't know.
Those labels.
You think maybe you're gay? No, I would never. Yeah, I might be a little gay. I don't. It's like they do stupid skits like that all the time. And then I created a character that was gay Italian Mike, which is basically a version of that, but less about depression and more about just being gay. Yeah, just a gay Italian man. Like,
I wish I could be gay.
It'd be awesome.
You're just Italian Mike.
I feel
You just
like
keep
my life
saying
would
that
be
you're
so
gay.
much easier.
Yeah, if it's like, hey, bro, let's hang out. That'd be fun. I get why it's appealing to you guys women, like on paper, but then once you guys start dating each other, you're like, wow, women are crazy.
Oh yeah, I would never date a woman.
That's exactly what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was you and another girl who I was joking because I was like, her and another girl I know were both like in a relationship for a long time, and then they both became single, and they're like always talking like, just because I've been with a man for the last 25 years of my life doesn't mean I'm not a bisexual woman. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, well, you guys are both single, so you guys can date women now. And they're both like, no. They both go out and just date men.
Like, I didn't know how to. I've been on a date with a woman, and I really didn't know how to.
Was it weird?
It was super weird. I'm like, I felt like the man in that situation. You know what I mean? So, and then I like just very naturally went into that role, like not dominating, but like in charge of the
lead.
situation.
The lead.
Yeah. But that's not my cup of tea. But I know I wouldn't have been able to be comfortable with her being the lead.
Yeah. So at the end of the day,
I think that's my issue too.
Sexist. No.
I am.
That's the sound.
I am very misogynistic.
that's the sound. That's the one. That's the clip. I'm very sexist.
But I mean, that's just, and it could have just very much been that situation. There's other girls that I'm really close with, friends wise, and I am like, I could just definitely imagine myself being in a relationship. But that
was my explanation to him.
Yeah.
Is like, I don't know that I could be in a relationship with a woman that I'm not already friends with. Mm-hmm. Like, I have plenty of friends. Like, I could spend my life with this girl. Like, I could be in love with you. And there's like this thin line between, are they my friend or am I in love with them?
Yep.
And I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then once you guys have to like build a life together, I feel like that would be the hardest
I think that
part.
I could do it.
You do? I believe you. I believe that you think that, and I'm not saying that you couldn't.
I do believe that you think
I believe that you think that, and I honestly am not saying that I don't think you couldn't, but I am saying that once that threshold is crossed, it creates an entire. It's a can of worms. It creates a different dynamic of everything.
Trust me, I know the dynamic between going from friends to being together.
Oh, you know a little bit about it lately. Is it weird?
Yeah.
You and Matt going from being friends.
Because I still treat him like he's my friend, and some of the times I say things, I'm like, oh shit, I can't say that shit anymore.
Yeah, because it's
like we'll
feelings.
make jokes. I'll make jokes about something, and it'll be like, shit, that like this is gonna hurt his feelings now, and I can't say that anymore.
Yeah,
and like I've had to make like boundaries with like what I say about certain people and like what I do, and like it's.
You can get meaner with your friends than you can with your spouse.
Yeah, and I can say these jokes and and make jokes about certain things with somebody that's my friend and isn't in a relationship with me.
Yeah. Like me. We're mean to each other all the time.
Constantly.
That's like our relationship is being mean to each other. That's why I tell Shelby all the
when
time. We're
he's
just
mean to me, it hurts my feelings a little bit.
But I could say the same thing, but like dial it up to 10 and you'd be like, oh, fuck Jordan, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, you care about his opinion because he's your man.
Yeah, I care about his opinion more than I care about yours.
You ever dated a friend? Like somebody who you were friends with for years and then found out it was like either great or awful?
I have tried. So it was a girlfriend of mine that I was very close with, and I just felt like this very natural connection with her.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just really like this. And so we did try. We did some things together, and it unfortunately ruined that dynamic. And so we don't even talk anymore. It sucks.
Will you tell me a little bit about the things you guys did here?
Oh man.
It is worthy. It is worthy of some lotion.
Coming up next week on the podcast.
I saw the bit. I was like, I got to do this bit.
I think it's pretty cool that you have Jergens at your computer.
Oh yeah, it's definitely it's an inside joke for my mom because she used to buy this.
I'm glad your mom's in on it too.
She used to buy this very specific scent of like original scent cherry almond Jergens, and then she'd be like, I can't find it anywhere, and she'd find it all the time underneath my bed in my room, and I'm like, I don't know how it gets there, Mom. I have no idea.
Just moisturize after a shower. You know how it is.
That smell, it's like immediately I'm like,
I was going to say, you smell that in your instant.
I'm Pavlov's dog.
Yeah.
When I smell cherry almond, I'm like, when a girl walks in with a cherry almond on, I'm like, oh shit. No, I forgot it existed, and then I saw it at the store, and it was like, flashback to every nut I busted in high school, and I was like, I gotta grab that.
Mm-hmm. Men are very sentimental about their like masturbating when they were little.
Sorry, we don't have our tools. We are fucking primitive. We've got our hands and whatever's wet.
I didn't masturbate. I humped carpet.
I was gonna say I humped pillows.
Yeah.
I started there.
I busted nuts and rugs before.
Mine was tables.
Tables. Mm-hmm. I've recently, as an adult, heard about that. That's a thing, and I was like, oh.
Tables.
You be fucking
like the
tables?
corners.
I fuck tables.
Like the legs of it?
No, like the corners.
Like the corner, because we're short enough.
Yeah.
So it's just like kind of.
See, I bang my shit on a corner. It sucks.
I know, it's like ouchie.
It's like an ongoing joke that I'm like I'm attracted to tables now because I started telling everybody. So now like Matt will be at his computer desk and I'll be like,
oh, how the turntables.
Look at that.
Now the turntables.
When I first started using
Office.
vibrators, when I would hear like an electric toothbrush, I'd be like,
oh, what's going on? Did I leave it on? Can we get to heaven with tattoos? People with tattoos will not go to heaven. People who drink alcohol will not go to heaven. People who eat too much pork will also not go to heaven. Short people will not go to heaven. I thought that last one was a little push.
Yeah, Cortni, you are not going to heaven.
It was just Cortni. You're not going to heaven. I was like, tattoos. I saw the short people one. I was like, I got to save this. This is so stupid. The internet is crazy.
Fireball.
It's too much for me, dude.
I didn't want to go anyways.
I didn't want to.
I'll tell you, when I get to heaven, though, I'm going to have a talk with God about some shit. Like, kidney stones were a mistake. Fucking sweat bees, fruit fly, whatever the fuck those things are.
Mosquitoes.
God damn,
I
they
hate
suck.
those.
Mosquitoes are a mistake.
Yeah.
And he thinks he's perfect, but there's some design errors for sure.
we
How
have a
the
few
fuck?
notes down
How the
here.
fuck did mosquitoes survive for 40 days and 40 nights? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, well, they were above, probably, I would say.
Well, they
above
gotta
the
land
water.
somewhere. I guess they're landing on people.
Do they have to land?
I mean, for 40 days.
I mean, they just sit on a boat. They
That's
probably just
incredibly
sit.
Do they
efficient
live
if
that
they-
long? How long is their lifespan?
Until I go.
I could walk. Could you walk for 40 days? I guess probably not. I'm trying to think, like, could you walk? I mean, other than you'd have to sleep.
You'd have to sleep.
Yeah. But I mean, they could just sit on the. I
they
imagine
have
there was
to
probably
rest
still
their
trees,
limbs.
right?
Yeah, we
Above.
were talking about this last night.
Like,
Like,
some stuff
if
floating.
everything was flooded, how did freshwater animals survive? How did saltwater survive since all the water is getting
You
diluted?
know what? I have decided
Take
it doesn't
that,
make any
atheist.
sense.
Yeah.
None of it.
None of it makes sense.
Or if you watch, there's actual science documentations or documentaries that show there was an ark found like up in the mountains somewhere.
Yeah.
And that area had been flooded. So if you look at it in the scientific way, there was a flood, but it wasn't the entire world. It was just that area.
Yeah.
But to them, that was the whole
It's just
world.
one flood.
Right, yeah. Small minds.
Well, I mean, all the humans could have, because I mean, we've increased the amount of humans on this planet by so much in like the last 5,000 years. Because like even before that, there wasn't very many.
We just
Like-
do not
Life
stop making
expectancy.
babies.
Yeah, we just keep fucking.
And we keep jacking up our life expectancy.
I think they're jacking off. I'm like, yes, we do. Yeah, and nowadays, with all the different like things that, like, it's almost like we're going the opposite way. The demographics have flipped. Have you guys heard about that? Like the world demographics have absolutely flipped. Like we're not having kids anymore, and it's gonna fuck up our entire
Oh yeah,
economic
a
system.
lot of
Good,
a lot
good.
of the kids are like young adults now are like, I'm never having
China's
children.
fucked. Like, there was this economist that I follow. His name's Peter Zeihan, and he said within 10 years that China's either going to have a mass famine and lose a bunch of people, or they're going to dissolve as a country. Like, something's going to have to happen because their demographic shift has been so, like, it's so big to the point that they're not going to be able to survive. There's just no way.
Why the Chinese always be fucking, though?
Well, they don't.
It's like the only thing they can do.
They don't even do that. I mean, the one-child policy fucked their entire demographics up because they had that one-child policy.
Because there was just so many of them.
Because they just be fucking all the time.
Well, they didn't think it through because they're like, hey, we have all these people, but we don't want to have so many people in the future, so we can't be having this many kids. And then what ends up happening is now they have like a 1.7 men to women, which is like unheard of in nature because they just killed all the women, all the girl babies, and all these guys are coming of age and don't have anybody to bang, and it's already bad.
Sausage fest.
Men don't bang already anyway. Like in general, men don't bang. Like we just don't.
This is true.
Yeah,
it's a fact. It's a fact.
It's sad.
If you look up your family tree right now,
it really is.
There are 50% more women in your family tree than there are men. How does that make sense at all?
I have a half brother and 5 sisters and my mom, so it makes total sense. I didn't really grow up. I was the man of the family.
Yeah,
I was the only girl.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you look up your family tree, you'll find out there's more women by far than men because more men genetically die off than women.
Killed matriarchy.
Matriarchy. Fuck the matriarchy.
Are we dueling now?
I'm sick of the matriarchy.
I think me and Michelle got this.
I have a couple more questions before we finish, and the first one is, have you guys noticed this? Because I've been talking about this for a while with Shelby. Have you noticed that like every modern woman in like these Disney movies and on these different, they're all like, their distance between their eyes have gone further apart in these, it's like very common. Have you guys noticed
It's actually like a thing. Like there's the girl that I'm terrible with names, but the girl that plays Ariel, I think she has like an actual.
Is her name like Halle Berry?
Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Haley
She has
Bailey.
an actual condition, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember what it is, but that is usually wide set, but very large eyes, and it makes them look like aliens, like very ethereal.
They're just black people. I don't know why you're saying all this. I'm just kidding.
You said that.
I'm just kidding.
Michelle Bratcher did not.
I'm just kidding.
Say
No, they don't actually look
I
like
laughed at it.
Yeah, you laughed. No, it was just the way you were saying it. I was like, does she not know about black people? I'm just kidding. I know you do. It's a joke. No, it's like this girl, the Hispanic girl on the left, she's playing Snow White, which doesn't make sense with the Snow White was based off of her skin and she's Hispanic. Math, I don't understand. Very confusing to do a story. Like if I had a story called like Black Lady and I was like starring Natalie Portman, you know what I mean? Like it just doesn't. It's like The Last Samurai,
it's like
or
if I played
the
Mulan.
Mexican. Yeah, exactly. It's a really weird thing to do. Like I don't care. You can race watch whatever you want, but Snow White was the one where I'm like, wait a minute. Isn't her name Snow White because of her pale skin? Like that was, she's the fairest of them all, and they're like, we're gonna get a Mexican
Maybe they're
lady.
just gonna put white face on her.
Is that racist?
Technically,
It
yes,
would.
but we're not allowed to be.
If I put my makeup on my daughters, it's kind of racist.
Not really, because did you put darker or lighter?
I'm white. They're Hispanic. So
Well, then
it would be lighter.
no, because there's no structural.
They're doing whiteface.
But there's no structural white. Like whiteface wasn't like a institutional racism, so it's okay.
It is racist, but we're not allowed to be offended.
No,
so.
I don't think it's racist. I think the whole.
By anything I choose to be.
I know. I don't want to be
if a
offended
black
by
person-
everything.
Those things don't offend me.
But like the movie White Chicks, that is
That's
white
cool.
face.
You can do that all day.
Yeah,
you can,
it is,
you can also
absolutely.
make a movie called White Man Can't Jump.
Yeah, true.
But you can't make. Who's a comedian that said that?
Yeah.
You can't make a movie called Black Man Can't Swim.
Who was that?
Who the fuck was that?
I remember that so much. You can make I remember that literal phrasing. You can make a movie called White Man. You can't. I think it was it Norton?
It might have been Norton.
It's like somebody like that.
Or Jeffries. Jim Jeffries.
I remember. Yeah, Jim Jeffries or somebody like. It's somebody that did like somebody. I think the one I heard was even worse. It was like you can make a movie called White Men Can't Jump, but you can't make a movie called, or you can't make a movie called Black People Can't Shut the Fuck Up in the Movie Theater. Something like that. I was like, damn, man, that one harsh.
We're not allowed to laugh at these.
I'm not.
No,
It's
absolutely.
not funny.
That's like your TikTok demographic you'd be going after, right?
No, my TikTok demographic is Middle Eastern men.
I know you got the mole
I don't
thing, right?
know.
You told me
Yeah,
about
they
the mole
like my
thing.
moles.
They love moles.
I don't know. It's a
Allah.
sign of. It's a very risque sexual thing in the Middle East.
Yeah.
My videos had gotten tagged or flagged. I wasn't allowed to do live videos for a while because I have a mole here and everywhere.
Shit, I got a mole.
Yeah.
Don't show it. It's too sexy.
I have a fun game I play. Is it a mole or is it a wart? I don't know. Genital. I'm just kidding. It's like a very common thing when we were watching a porno or whatever, and you look down and you're like, is that a mole or is that a wart? Like, what does she got going on there?
But I recently started to get more women followers. I love to look at the demographics, how they break down the analytics of everything, and I think I have like 10% women now, maybe.
The extent of my TikToking is somebody will send me a TikTok and I'll watch it, and then an hour later I'll be like, God damn it, I'm still on this fucking app.
Sucks.
My algorithm somehow devolved into like police interaction videos.
I get a lot of that too.
First Amendment auditors.
My favorite thing was when like the TikTok people were like summoned before Congress or whatever. And that one fucking old guy was like, I need to know why every time I open up TikTok, it's gay shit and like prostitutes. My man, shut up right now. You are snitching on yourself, homie.
He's like, the algorithm's based on what you spend your time on.
I love that when people don't realize that and they're just totally ratting on themselves. Yeah. It's so funny.
But I will say the real algorithm is not fair. That one's different. Like the one on Instagram, like I don't watch those and I still constantly get thirst trap videos. It's every you know what I'm talking about?
My Instagram is not thirst trap.
I do watch them, but
I wish it was.
Mine's the whole time.
Yeah, mine's not. Mine's usually just funny people.
Mine's like
whatever you
slime videos.
I used to have to like make sure that nobody was home.
Yeah.
And then I could sneak into my dad's room, grab a Playboy or something to look at it, and I was just like,
yeah, that's simple.
Titties.
Yeah, it takes no.
Super easy.
That's why I think it's funny when people don't like. They're like, oh, now Twitter looks like Twitter turned to X. Now it looks like a porn app, and I'm like, isn't that what it is?
Where were you?
Where have you been? It's like if you go on Twitter, it's the only social media where there's literal nudity. It's like
and straight up.
When I was trying to do my OnlyFans stuff, that's the only time I ever had a Twitter. I don't have one now. I never have.
I like Twitter I like it for the memes and the news. I somehow became friends with enough black people on Black Twitter that I get all the good memes. That's I go on there and I'm like, yeah, I'm in Black Twitter.
No, I had a sobering, embarrassing realization about like Twitter way back like to 2012.
What happened?
I didn't know what parody accounts were.
Yeah.
Or that people would just like make fan accounts and I didn't know what check marks were. I was just stupid. But I thought for real for like 2 weeks that I was friends with NHL Hall of Famer Chris Chelios, who used to play for the Red Wings. And I'm like talking about like going to, I was like, man, I want to go to your chili spot in Detroit so bad. And he's like, yeah, come on in. And he was fucking with me.
Yeah.
Because he's into it. And it was like my aunt or somebody pulled me aside because she's like seeing me talk and whatever on Twitter, and she like pulls me aside and she's like, Sean, it's not Chris Chelios. It's just some fucking guy pretending to be Chris Chelios. I was like, the internet is so fucking weird.
You almost got kidnapped.
Yeah.
Okay, so when Facebook first happened, do you guys remember like you had to like send an email to them to invite them to be on it? That was like how it originally started. So I sent an email to a separate email I had to invite myself, and I created a Facebook page for Adam Levine of Maroon 5, and I forgot about it for like 6 months, and I logged in and I had so many fucking friend requests. It was insane. So I went through and looked at it, and it was like, I just saw you in Brazil, I love you so. Everybody thought it was real, and then like people were arguing and like on the profile picture like, no, it's obviously fake, he's not from Kokomo, because you had to like put your like your city and stuff, and it was like, so people were arguing back and forth. I was like, no, this is the only way I could get on. So I just started arguing back like, no, it's really me, I'm Adam, how nice. And I did it for like maybe 15 minutes before I forgot about it again, and I could never log into it again.
You're just a natural born troll.
I didn't know. I did it as like a joke to like comment on people's stuff to fuck around, and then it ended up became its own thing outside of me while I was away from it.
Have you ever genuinely tried to catfish somebody?
No, I haven't. No, not genuinely.
That's not how you got your girl?
Oh, shit. Oh, damn.
Actually, to be honest, she's DM'd me first. That's 1,000% true.
I thought you were going to say she catfished you. I was supposed to say.
She catfished me, rude. Man. Ever since I saw her, I was like, what the fuck? Thank you. What's that filter about? No, we were talking on somebody else's post about donuts. Like I was talking about how Dan's Donuts is better than Jack's Donuts, and then she messaged me and was like, did he really believe this? He really believe that? And I'm like, I don't really know. Like I'd never really talked to her before. I was like, I don't really know. And she was like,
it was about donuts?
Yeah, and then she was like, well, I don't know either. Anyway, what's up? That's like how she segued into just trying to talk to me. And then she told me it was all a plan. She saw the mullet and was like, I gotta get in there. I had the mullet at the time. She was like, man.
Slid into those.
That's how I met her dad, with a fucking Billy Ray Cyrus mullet.
I bet he respected you probably.
Yeah. I looked at him straight in the eyes and I said, "You can tell your Paul and back to Arkansas." We did. I did it. I literally did that song the last time we did karaoke. I did the whole. It was the first song I did, and I was like, "This is. I why am I still doing this?" I forgot like the whole. It was a long song.
Oh, I did it with you.
I'm gonna throw something. This is my thing about her. She has a little bit of that green guy, a little bit of that alcohol guy, and then she's become like a whole different person. She's so mean. She's mean. She's like, she starts going, "I could date a woman." I'm just kidding.
I could.
All right, I gotta wrap this up. We're at over 2 hours and 20 minutes. We did a long one today, y'all. I'm so happy you guys came and hung out and actually
get to come.
I know. That's what she said.
This entire episode's been about fucking animals.
I know. I'm so sorry. I didn't even know. Like I was just looking through my stuff and I was like, the manatee. But the manatee was like the animals.
That's his algorithm.
My algorithm.
Yeah, our shit's about to be fucked up.
You guys are getting like different ads for having problems fucking your dog. Here's what you need. It's like stupid shit.
We also learned what the true meaning of a FUPA is.
Yeah. The what it actually is, which is like that pelvic bone.
I want to touch a FUPA so bad.
I know.
I get to touch mine every day.
I touch mine all the time.
We have FUPAs. You just have to replace the P with penis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it still works.
Yeah, it's not as good. You push it down just to make it look bigger. Anyway, this has been the Kokomo Press Podcast. I am Jordan Granger.
Courtney Richardson.
Sean Foster.
Michelle Bratcher.
And we hope you guys had a great time with us. We out. Hey, you just listened to the Kokomo Press Podcast. We thank you for tuning in. We hope you had a great time. If you did, go ahead and like us, subscribe to us, hit that notification bell, do all the things to help us get seen. Go find us over on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok. Like us, follow us there. And if you want to really, really help us out, we now have a new thing called Facebook subscriptions. It's only $4.99 a month, and it helps us build out even more than what we have already. Helps us get more equipment, helps us put money into shows, because we give you comedy shows. We give you guys skits. We give you guys podcasts. We give you guys jokes. And if you want to be a part of a group of people that actually get to talk to us and tell us your input first and get to directly speak to us, and maybe even, help us write some of these jokes, you can be a part of the group. Join that subscriber base. It's only $4.99 a month, and it's not a lot, but it helps us out tremendously. And it's going to give you an opportunity to maybe win some merch here and there. We're going to do a lot of fun things with our subscribers. So please check us out everywhere you can. And if you want to, subscribe to our page. Thanks for listening to this podcast. We love you. Thank you. 2 kisses.